Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Hope you are well and welcome to another edition of Rival Watch and Kopish Kall-in. Matt will be joining us very, very shortly, so you'll have a full strength team here. And we've got a lot to talk about today. Boy, a lot has been going on, whether it be Liverpool, other clubs. There's a lot going on. So let's get straight into it, Drift. Jordan Henderson. Captain Marvellous. Taking a sip.
This is very stiff, bro. This is very stiff. I knew we had to talk about my captain today. This is very stiff, bro.
But
I'm ready.
Henderson's going to be out for at least 6 weeks, apparently.
Make that 8.
6 to 8 weeks, they say.
Bro. I mean, we knew it, but when you get the confirmation, it always makes it feel worse, doesn't it? So, yeah, bro.
It's a lot to deal with, I'm not going to lie. This is effectively, and then obviously adding on to what happened to Alisson. Again, I don't expect to see him in goal on Sunday. That is a major part of our spine ripped out. No centre-backs, no captain, and no Alisson. There's no spine there for that game.
Well, you can only laugh.
Did we have probably had, and I know rival fans are going to say, oh, tough. In terms of luck and what's happened to us this season, this is unprecedented.
Yeah. Apart from something really, really dramatic, like say the Munich air disaster or something that was really, really dramatic and horrible like that, I don't remember any team in one individual season having so much sorrow, depression, heartache, injuries, like 2 parent deaths from our first 11 in the space of 4 weeks.
Well, manager in first 11.
Well, yeah, I the coaching staff, I'll put them in the first team, should I say? Sorry. Now, what are the chances of that just straight off the bat? Do you get what I mean? And then,
yeah,
I don't know, bro. I don't even know what to say anymore, bro. I'm lost. Honestly, I'm lost. I know you all feel the same, but like I'm lost. Like, no, Fabinho's officially out as well for the game. No, we were talking yesterday during the preview.
What?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Fabinho's officially out of the game on Sunday. Yeah, they said that they're not going to risk him.
No, they didn't say it. No,
Klopp reported to be saying that he hasn't trained today and they're not going to risk him for Sunday.
No, Klopp said that he's in contention. Potentially, he'll do a training session and see how he comes through that.
Oh, well, the article that I read said they're not going to risk him for Sunday because he didn't train today. So I don't know.
On. I'm seeing a few people. No, apparently, he's out. I'm seeing.
Yeah, I said, I read it today. He didn't train today, and they're not going to risk him for Sunday, bro. He's out. He's not playing in the game, bro.
Oh, okay. I kind of wish I didn't find that out on the stream still.
Bro, why do you think my drink is so stiff, bro?
Yeah, I may have to.
Go and pour some rum. I know you say you got the rare nephew under the cupboard, bro. Go pour some of that in the apple juice, bro.
Yeah, I might not even pour in apple juice. I might just take it straight.
If it's gonna be the rare nephew, don't do that straight, bro. That stuff can sanitize your hands. Is so strong, bro.
Yeah, but maybe I want to sanitize my brain drift.
Oh, bro.
No, Fabinho's definitely out.
Fabinho's out. So the spine of the team is completely missing apart from Robert. Completely missing. No Ali, no Van Dijk, no Gomez, no Hendo, no Fabinho. Complete spine of the team gone, done.
This is gonna sound a bit wild, and I know Klopp will never do it. But obviously, you know what my squad selection was for yesterday, but that's been ripped out now that Fabinho's not there.
Mm.
Is it crazy to go 3 at the back?
To make sure we don't let in a goal, you might be right, bro. Just play Phillips, Kabak, and Davies and just hope that they can find some cohesion.
I mean, Davies on the left, Kabak on the right, and then Phillips through the middle. Like, is that so crazy to try? And then obviously you go 2 in midfield of Gini and Thiago, in my opinion. Robbo and Trent can get forward with a little bit more license than normal.
Do you know the only reason why I was saying not to? So, by the way, am I still delayed, Cal?
No. I'm all over the place. Like that Fabinho news has rocked me. I wasn't expecting that.
Here's the thing, bro. The reason I wouldn't play 2 free centre backs, I'd only play the 2, is with Fabinho and Henderson both injured. We can't risk playing 3 because if one gets injured, then we're even more in trouble. We need to keep one on the bench just in case the curse continues. So it's actually better to play 2 just for that reason. You get what I mean? Because remember, Phillips got injured in his first week of training with us, bro. So, like, let's try and make sure he's even all right. Bro, I've never, ever, 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 and it's not just us being like crybabies or salty or all the crap things all the rivals are going to say, because they're not going to take 1 second out of their like wanting to banter or whatever and just get real. And that's the thing. I know amongst rivals, football is about banter, but sometimes you just ask people to just take a moment and be normal for a second and forget the banter and just try and see where you're coming from. And that's what I'm doing right now. If you are a rival, just take 1 second to actually think about what's going on right now and realize this is completely right. There's a fox fight or something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say it sounds bad in your background still.
Oh, can you hear it? Yeah, there's some kind of my garden. I don't know what's going on in the garden.
Yeah, I don't think the foxes are fighting, bro.
They heard about the news, didn't it? Yeah.
Nah, from the sound, where I used to live, we used to get foxes in the garden, and that weren't them fighting, bro. That was them.
Oh no, I've kind of someone told me what the different noises are. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they sound like they're engaging still.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're engaging, bro.
But yeah, so just take a moment and just really think what's going on right now. And just
James
think about
You're right. Probably could have been
going on right now. It is so peak what is happening right now. It's brother. It's mad, bro. It's mad. There's no way we're getting top 4. I know.
Am I seeing this right as well? Even Minamino's injured. Like, what the hell's going on, man?
He spent too long at Liverpool.
Oh my goodness. This is actually crazy at this point. I can't think of another team in Premier League history. Oh yeah, that we're gonna discuss that. I can't think of another team in Premier League history that this has happened to. This is crazy. Like all of our centre backs, Henderson, Fabinho.
And let's not just talk about it now. Fabinho's missed 9 weeks of this season if you total up all of his injuries.
He's been injured more than Naby then.
Thiago missed 3 months. Yeah. And then on top of that, you've got all of the COVID situations that kept happening to us in the first half of the season, including Thiago, before he even got the injury. And then you think about Ali, this is personal reasons, but I'm sure I worked out he's missed 7 weeks this season through injuries himself as well.
Probably, yeah.
Bro, I don't even know how Trent, if you include the beginning of the season and then when he got the hamstring injury, he's missed 6 weeks of this season. Like, if you work it out, yeah, bruv, it is on another planet, the amount of injuries that we've had.
Yeah, this thing's different. What's going on is different.
Madness.
It's different.
Madness. Just the fact that all 3 of our centre-backs are out for the whole season, and 2 of them have been since the beginning of the season, is just insane.
Yes.
Not they're
crazy.
out for a little while, or they've got this, or out for the whole season. Like, just done.
It's
From
crazy.
October, we knew that Gomez and Van Dijk were done for the entire season, from October. And then in January, we found out Matip's done for the rest of the season. I've never heard of this before. I've never heard of this. It's... Oh, even Kelleher has missed 4 weeks this season. He don't even play and he's getting injured.
Yeah, this is mad. It does go back to what the thing on Twitter was coming out with the one of the physios that was recently released. It'd be interesting to actually get his take on things. I'd actually really like to interview him, to be honest. I've reached out to him, but I've not had much luck. I'd actually love to get him on the show. So hopefully he sees this and we can get him on.
I know it might sound like I'm being stupid just based on the fact that I like to banter Arsenal and all that, but their physio, has brought the juju with him. I knew when we got that guy.
This is more than judge. What did we sell?
Remember when I made the joke when we found out about him? He's brought the judge with him, bro. Because Arsenal,
this is worse than judge. This is worse than judge.
It is. It's some. I don't know what man brought. He brought everything with him. Like, man brought. Actually, I can't even say that. We'll get locked off the stream, but he brought a lot in it. He brought a lot.
What devil did we sell our soul to win the league? This ain't regular devil. This is a different.
Man's moving like DMX, yeah.
Hey, you said it, not me. Trust me. But yeah, there's certain man out there in it that they changed their lifestyle in it after, you know what I mean?
Flesh of my flesh and all that. It's dark and hell is hot and that.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Mad.
Right, obviously we did the Sheffield United preview, so go and check that out if you haven't already. After the show, obviously, don't check it out now. You want to stay with us now. Next talking point. Let me actually get up on the screen. Well, not on. I won't put up on your screen because it'll be a bit small to read, but I'll get up just so I don't make any mistakes with this. But it's to do with potential investment for FSG or a company buying a stake.
Oh yeah.
So here it is.
About that.
So Redbird Capital.
Still, I'm not gonna lie. Man said this ain't ordinary injury, juju. This is M&S juju.
Man said M&S juju, you know.
I like that.
All right. So Redbird Capital is nearing a deal to acquire more than 10% of FSG, so Fenway Sports Group, for approximately 750 million. The values the owner of the Red Sox and Liverpool at more than 7 billion. So effectively, all right. So again, I'm just going to speak from my limited knowledge on this. That suggests, so breaking it all down, Redbird value FSG at around 7.5 billion. Us as a club, so Liverpool, are valued at around 2 billion, if I'm not mistaken, right, guys?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so that would mean the Red Sox are valued, let's say the Red Sox are valued around 4 billion and then 1 billion for whatever else with FSG, right? In my mind, I know people are getting really happy about this. I don't think Liverpool or Red Sox, for that matter, see that money.
No.
If I'm again, I'm only guessing. So I want anyone in the comments who has more knowledge on this than me or knows the ins and outs a bit better than me, please do correct me if I've got this all wrong. But from the sounds of it, it's FSG getting the money, not Liverpool or Red Sox, who they own.
Yeah.
So in the same way,
yeah.
So this is how I can best break it down in my mind is, let's say I've got 2 kids, but someone gives me £1,000. Even though I'm responsible for looking after these 2 kids, the money's still mine, and then I can decide what I do with that money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
effectively,
exactly what
I
it
can
is.
keep it, or I can split it, or I can just do what I want.
Yeah. And those two kids both know that you've got that money and Christmas is coming up. But after Christmas, they're still gonna get the value of gift you were gonna get them before that £1,000 was given to you. Yeah, that's literally what it is.
So
there's no point asking for a PlayStation.
No, bro. That from the way that you make it sounding, Cal. So basically, as you said, FSG. From what it looks like, as you said as well, I read that as well. It looks like it's FSG getting the money, and obviously what they then decide to do with that money that they're getting is up to them. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's just going to go straight to Liverpool. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because FSG, the main shareholder, the owner, and as you said, they've got more than one business. They got Red Sox, they got Liverpool, and I just think it depends on how they want to go about using that. One thing I will say,
go on, man.
another thing quickly. Does that say to you, man, that FSG are being smart, that they're trying to get more money into like their company, or do you think it says that they're showing a bit of weakness here because they need that kind of help, and maybe going forward they kind of know that they can't do that without?
I just think they're trying to find ways to bring the money in that they've lost over the last 12 months.
But I was going to say they've wanted to do this for a while. They wanted to. I'm going to read out some of the comments because some of the comments have actually shed a bit of light on this. So Delwyn, if the deal agreement is both sides, Liverpool will likely get a small transfer boost. A 10% owner can provide injection into the club that FSG cannot. Could also mean we purchase Toulouse players. So this investment company also owned Toulouse as well, from what I'm guessing. Steve O'Connor, this is just FSG selling off a stake to pay a US tax bill, share across their portfolio, or use it to invest in other assets. And this Redbird is getting a foot up in a high profile portfolio. We don't benefit. Kev says this is how FSG get a return on their long-term investment in both clubs. Now, let's be real. They will want both clubs to remain successful on and off the field. Time will tell. We've been here before. Just to confirm with you guys, if you sent in a super chat, I've got your super chat saved. I will read that out shortly. Again, so Edward says it's a return on investment for FFG. They've made money by increasing the value of their assets. This is how they've realized that asset. Probably covered most of their investment off a 10% dilution. So I know they paid around, was it 300 million for us when they acquired us, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how much they paid.
Bro. That's 9 pieces of chicken for $5.99 on a Tuesday at KFC, bro.
I don't know how much they purchased Red Sox for. So effectively, that initial money they put into the club, they've now, well, definitely for Liverpool, they've made that money back now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So they've kind of, when you think about it as well, imagine this. So they're injecting 750 million, and that's only 10%.
That's dollars, though. That's not.
Yeah. No, it's
true. Guys, remember, the more the value of the clubs go up, Red Sox and Liverpool, that investor also gets whatever the 10% of the increase will be. So eventually, they'll want back what they've invested. But obviously, it's a lifetime type of thing. So if it takes 10 years or 20 years, so be it, kind of thing. So the one thing that I struggle with is to think, why would that person put money into the team more than what they've put in? Because normally when you buy a stake, you're only buying that stake to make profit long term. You're not buying that stake so you can start doing stuff, because we all know businessmen don't just spend money for fun. Like if it was one of us who all of a sudden became worth £5 billion and we were buying a stake in FSG, we'd have personal interest in it, that we would be like, all right, now now I'm part of it. I don't care if I lose money because this is for love. I'm doing this. A normal business person is doing it to make profit, not for love. So they're not going to start giving us money for transfers and stuff like that on top of their 10% they paid for. They're just going to own 10% now, and all the profit Liverpool and Red Sox make, they start making money back off that. So we can't even think for 1 second it means these guys are gonna put money in it.
That's what I thought as well. Yeah,
put no money in.
It's that type of agreement, as you said. So like, someone's now got 10% share in that company. When that company starts to make money, they get their 10% in it.
Yeah,
that's how I'm looking at it in black and white, unless I'm reading it wrong. But
yeah,
and again,
I think Kev. Sorry, Matt. I think Kev sums it up perfectly. So FSG are not cash rich in the traditional sense, but they've built the assets to be self-reliant, enabling us to borrow on the strength of the club's stability. So again, Kev, I hope I'm not mistaking your words here, but let's say I've got, all right, let's break it down. Let's say I've got £100 in my account. I'm not broke, but I'm not rich. I'm just putting it as lame terms as possible. I'm not broke, but I'm not rich.
Yeah.
But let's say I've got 3 cars, all worth 1 million each. In terms of assets of my cars, I'm rich, but I'm only going to see that money if I sell those cars.
Yeah, so your net worth would be 3 million.
Yeah, but really and truly, I ain't got that in my account.
I know someone who's like that. I know I've got a friend whose parents have got about maybe £6 or £7 million worth of investment in properties, but they obviously just don't have it cash. But those properties are worth that much. That much, but they don't have it disposable right now in their hand. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
And I suppose
so sorry, Matt. Dare I say then, cool, we, lack of a better term, we're screwed. Like they ain't got like, even if we wanted to borrow us the money from themselves, they ain't really got money like that to do that.
No, I believe they've got, because what I read is that JW Henry's personal wealth is 1.5 billion. Now, regardless of whether that's assets or whether he's got it, he must still have a decent amount of money regardless. And then FSG as a whole was worth 2 billion or 2.5 billion. They could have put a bit of money and that into the club a long time ago.
No, I hear that, Drew. I'm going to be real with you though, Drew. 1.5 billion is a lot of money, but to put a hell of a significant amount in, like, let's break it down. Let's say, for example, he put 500 million of his own money into the club. He goes from being 1.5 billion John to 1 billion John. Now, to us, we're still happy with that.
Yeah, but
that's that's a big amount of money to put in.
No, it is. Yeah.
And for a business person, and again, I know you're gonna, I know the word you're gonna use. You're gonna use the love word. Look, we have to just be real. They don't love us like that. We're just a beat, innit?
Cal, that wasn't even what I was gonna say. 500.
Because I was gonna say we're just a beat. We're a good beat. We're a good beat, but we're just a beat at the end.
Yeah, we're the side piece. Because let's be real, the main thing.
500 million, sorry. That's not what we've needed, though. We've only needed 40 million or 50 million. We haven't asked for
I know.
Do you get what I'm saying? We just asked for a small change. If you're worth 1.5 billion, you can give 50 million and it don't bother you if you really care.
But you see, the thing is,
like, you can.
But he's a businessman.
Yeah, these billionaires, bro.
And that's why I don't want anyone owning the club who thinks about business before love. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Matt. I know I keep on last time. I promised. But Archibald even says it here. Cal, no business person uses their own money. It's rule number 1.
Yeah.
Abramovich does. So it depends.
No, but Abramovich has assets though. But the thing is, though,
but he still uses his own money, guys. He does.
No, but what it is, Driv, Abramovich is rich on like a rich scale, whereas these men are more like that is a different scale. Like these men are all borrowing and relying on things.
He's rich amongst the rich people.
Yeah, like bro, because apparently he has some assets or something that he was able to get back.
He sold a company for 350 million and gave the money to Chelsea for their.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. FSG wouldn't do that. They would be like 350.
And that's one of his baby assets. That's one of his baby assets. He just said, just take that. Just take that.
9 or 10 million Abramovich is worth, isn't it?
Long. The money's long, Drift. That's all
I don't know.
The money's long.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
The money's long.
It's stupid.
I'm just saying, them man there could have put a little bit of love into the club because we've only wanted 40 mil here, 40 mil there. We've never asked for like dumb money. I'm not stupid. 500 mil will be a ridiculous amount of money to ask man to put in. But 40 mil here or 40 mil there, come on, man. You can give man that when your whole company as a whole is worth 2.5 billion. and your personal wealth is 1.5. Like you can drop 40 mil here and 40 mil there, man. You
This
just
summer
can.
will tell. This summer will tell.
It will. But again, I think, you know, no matter what, the model that they've always used is it's the whole sell to buy thing, bro.
Yeah, shout out to
The
Sadiq. If you know, you know. You know. Notorious B.I.G.
Hey.
Big ups Sadiq.
It's
do you know what?
It's mad.
It's like, again, I don't want to feed a narrative because, again, I'm no expert when it comes to this, especially in finance, but especially this and how intricate this is probably. But I struggle to see how this benefits Liverpool on field this summer or going forward. And again, I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am. One thing
I will say is this, yeah. I think you're right. The only thing I can stay positive is that it will actually open up maybe other venues for FSG where they could potentially take maybe more risks, whether they take on other businesses or whatever. And when your other businesses start making more money, you can start taking some and putting it elsewhere. And do you know what I mean? It's about opening doors. It's about there's more. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? There's just more options. There's more options. So I don't know. Like, and again, this is me clutching, but I kind of already know. Like when I saw the story, the first thing I thought of was like, yeah, that's good for FSG, but are we gonna see that? I don't think we are. I think it's more just going to be this is for FSG, the company. Do you know what I'm saying? This isn't for Liverpool. This isn't for Red Sox.
We're all three Regin's business partners. We do our thing together, yeah? If you lot woke up tomorrow morning and found out that I won the lottery, Brethren thing, you're going to be very happy for me as a Brethren.
Yeah, of course.
You lot aren't going to start acting like you won the lottery till you hear what I'm about, what I'm saying. You lot are going to start putting feelers out about what does that mean for us? I know you've won the lottery, but what does that mean for us?
No, I don't think we'd be like that, though, Drift.
I think
you get what I mean, because you lot will start thinking, okay, so those things that we like want or we need to invest in or whatever, it's just going to put that in. Is it? Or is it just...
Yeah, it will go into the mind, but...
thinking, well, go on.
No, it will go into the mind, but I just think as people, though, I think people that are grounded, you would say something, well, we know how me and Cal will be. We'll be like, Raj, you know what, just won the lottery, you know? What does this mean for Kopish? Like, does it mean like he might go and do his own? Like, we would ask you. That's the thing.
Like,
when
are
people
you leaving? Like the first, for real. The first.
Yeah, are you leaving?
Because you might still wanting to do this.
You know what I mean? Because you just hit the bag.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You might say, bun this. I don't need to go on the stream after Liverpool lose anymore.
Exactly.
And in reality, you lot know, no, it just mean our office is in the Shard and we've got a view. But the thing is, you don't know these things at the time. So this is what it is right now. FSG are the one winning the lottery, but everyone else is like, all right, well, what does that mean for us? And I'm telling you, it means we're not going to get any of the share.
Well, Kev made a good point saying that the outside investors could invest outside the regular rules. Again, Kev, I hope I've not messed up your phrasing there. Maybe. Again, I genuinely don't know. Shout out to Saint LFC TV. The places we need to reinvest in. And Kev, I know I keep on drawing you out, Kev. Kev, you said that you think we need 150 mil to 180 mil a window. Do you think we need that more than one window going forward, or is it that just one window out of the next couple of years? Or effectively, we need that in the next window? Because I don't think we need like 180 for the next 3 years.
No, we don't. Because I think if you
maybe two.
No, but
I think one could do it. With Klopp at the helm, I think one could do it.
I think
180 only gets you Neto and Mbappe, and that's it, you know.
No. But here's the thing. Let's say you get 180, yeah? But you're going to sell players like just naturally. It's not about the whole... You're just naturally going to sell them. You will naturally move people on. So you probably would add another 50, maybe 60 mil, depends on who you sell to that kitty. So let's just say if Liverpool was smart, let's say, for example, they did get the 150 or 180 and they was able to add how much more to that. But I reckon that one big summer could set you up. It's kind of like, to a degree, what we did with Coutinho. We had that one big summer and it set us up. The only problem is, when it dried up, there was nothing left. That's the difference. Like man had all the P's, and then FSG were like, you see them P's that you had and you got used to.
Like the
that's it.
Serengeti when them lot are all at the watering hole just begging it rains. You know them ones.
Yeah.
Because you're right. You say that, Matt. Because let's be honest, that window, as much as we begrudge having to sell Coutinho, and again, I don't even blame the owners for that. I want to make that clear. Coutinho wanted to leave, and he made that crystal clear. There's nothing that could have stopped Coutinho staying, in my opinion.
Yeah, he made up his mind.
But without that money, I don't know where we are as a club. I've got to be honest. I don't think we're sitting there being Champions League and Premier League champions. I genuinely don't. But at the same time, that's not FSG's fault that Coutinho wanted to leave. It's not. So no one should be jumping on them for that. I think the issue is, had Coutinho not said he wants to leave, in the same way Salah's saying he doesn't want to leave, what happens now? Because if we can't sell one of our big players, what happens now? And I think only time will tell.
We know what will happen now. It's happening.
I want to say this. I don't know whether you lot have seen it. You know the guy that done the interview over in Spain with Salah, or the guy from Spain, shall I say, that met Salah?
From is it a Marsa? AS Marsa?
Marsa, one of them. Basically, I don't know whether it's him or someone that he works with, but he basically said that Salah told him that he wasn't happy at Liverpool and that they could have done better. That's all that came out. The extract, I think, if you go on Twitter, from the paper. And I said to myself, this is all a contract thing. I think with Salah, I think he's happy. He just wants a new deal. He just wants to get paid. And I think we've said that before. I don't think Salah's unhappy to the point where he wants to leave. I just think he just wants to get paid to be one of the highest paid players in the Premier League, which I think, in my opinion, he should be. Look at what he's done. He's a Liverpool legend. He's still banging out. We're in really bad form. Normally, it is him that can kind of bail us out of a situation. So, I don't know, man. I just think whether we get investment or not this summer, I think one of the things we kind of have to focus on is getting Salah a new deal, I really think it's kind of important. But what worries me is, like what Drew said, is that FSG, they always do. They always look at the profile of the player. They always crunch the numbers, and they may think, do you know what? Salah's right now. We could sell him. Remember, he's got 2 years left,
Yeah.
That's a worrying thought. He's got 2 years left.
Mohammed, it's not FSG's fault for where we are now. Let's be honest, it's collective issues. Okay, so part of that I agree with, but I'm gonna try and use an analogy, and it might completely fall by the wayside. Apologies, Drift, that you're attached to this analogy if it goes bad, because your analogy calendar's high still. But the way I'd kind of categorize it is, let's say, for example, I left my car on the drive, but I left the handbrake down. Let's say my car rolled off the drive into the middle of the road. And let's say someone was speeding down the road, looking at their mobile phone, not looking up, and then someone crashed into my car. Effectively, they are at fault as well. But the first fault is mine, because I didn't pull the handbrake up and the car's rolled out into the middle of the road. I think that's the situation with Liverpool this season. FSG were the first fault. And since then, everything else has gone on top, because the first fault, in my opinion, was them not adding to the squad for the last couple of years better than they have. Now, injuries, they can't do anything about that. Things happening in personal lives, they can't do anything about that. But I'll be honest, I don't think we're sitting here moaning about FSG if after the Champions League win and after winning the Premier League, we had signed a couple more top quality players. Personally, I don't think we are. Even if we are in a bad situation in the league, I don't think we're sitting here saying this is FSG's fault. In the same way, when Lampard got sacked, I didn't hear no Chelsea fans saying anything about Roman Abramovich. Not one. When Pellegrini got sacked, I didn't hear no one saying anything bad about the Man City owners. So that's where I kind of stand on that. Maybe wrong, maybe right, but that's my humble opinion on it.
No, I do get where you're coming from. Completely random fact. Fully Kopish tangent levels here. If you're going to be on holiday or you're going to do something where your car needs to be stationary for more than 2 weeks, put it in first gear. Don't pull the handbrake up, because the handbrake will seize and break your disc pad. So that just came to my head when you said about the whole handbrake.
Man, like Drift Diesel,
Drift Diesel.
But no, you're right. You're right about the You're right about it's kind of their fault, but then obviously other people are to blame. But originally, it's still their fault. You're right. It is that. It is. They were the first domino, and now everything else that's happening is the butterfly effect. So, no,
Of
I
course.
agree.
They're the important domino because let's be real. When we won the league, we signed 3 players: Tsimikas, Thiago, and Jota. You look at other teams that have won the league. They normally go and get a bit more. And they normally go and get a bit more because they realize what's about to happen. Not talking about injuries. They know that because, listen, let's be real. When everyone saw us win the league, every club was vexed. You know why they were vexed? They were looking at our model thinking, these men don't even buy a lot. But they've done it well. This irritates me. Roman Abramovich is like, I'm not having this. I'm going to do a madness. I'm just going to go out and buy as much as I can to try and overtake Liverpool. Man City, they looked at that and thought, we can't go down like this. Nah, bruv. Like, they don't even spend that much money. How are we letting a team that doesn't do that? Like, no, we need to overtake them again. They looked at that and thought they're going to come back with vengeance. FSG should have probably thought, yeah, do you know what? They are going to smell blood. If we want to stay at the top, we're going to have to seriously invest. You see how I put out that tweet about Neto and Rafinha? That should have been done. Summer just gone. Why couldn't it have been done then? It's like, these are the things where it's like Liverpool needs to start being proactive. Too much reactive. Like, we're all clamoring now, thinking about summertime. And really and truly, we should have had a great summer. Where we look at the summer coming up till now, and we go, it just needs a little bit of tweaking. But as again, Cal, we done our big shopping in M&S like 2-3 years ago, and we've been shopping at Lidl since, and just getting bits and bobs. Like, that's not going to work, bro. If you know you need to go and buy your monthly groceries, you can't keep buying little things every now and again. You got to go and buy the big things. So,
you know what? On the shopping thing, what it is also like as well, because you're completely right, Matt. We did go M&S, and now we're doing like the budget shopping. But not even more so than that, we're buying our vegetables at the beginning of the month, and we're buying our bread and our milk at the beginning of the month, and we're thinking that towards the end of the month, we're still going to be able to have things that use those things. And we all know vegetables go off within a week max. Milk goes off within a week max. Bread goes off within a week max. You can't get to the end of the month. You have to go and buy those essential things on a regular basis. And that's what we didn't do. So, yeah, we did that big, massive shop when we did the Coutinho thing. But that couple summers afterwards, you've still got to go and get your bread, your vegetables, and your milk. You can't still be trying to get to the end of the month. Them things have gone off now. And now when you're waking up in the morning, you don't even know what to have for breakfast.
I'll go on better.
Without bread, it's hard to have breakfast. That it's just real, bro.
I'll go on better. As you said, every week you have to buy bread. Bread's got an expiry date. Normally it's like 5 days, 5-6 days max. Yeah, 5-6 days. Bro, these man, we get the bread and we just keep freezing the bread. You take 2 couple slices and freeze the bread and then take it back out again. What, you think it's going to taste the same? You think it's going to taste the same when you go bakery the next day?
I don't know about the frozen bread.
Freezing the bread, man. I'm not going to lie. Freezing the bread, you know?
Put it this way, I moan about FSG online. I kind of live an FSG life. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
I've got bagels in the freezer now. It was 2 for 1, brother. And I thought these are going to go off. They're in the freezer, bro.
I live an FSG life.
Bro,
I know about the cinnamon bagels. Are you mad?
Oi, trust me. Man, I'm telling you, this all these men do, keep freezing at the bread. That's all they keep doing. Sometimes you got to go out and buy some new bread, innit? Just sometimes you might look at it and go, you're going to Sainsbury's, wherever you go, and you're like, oh, that bread smells nice. Like fresh from the bakery. I want some of that. But instead, FSG just keeps saying to Klopp, hey, don't worry about that, man. Don't forget you got some stuff in the freezer, you know? Go in the freezer, get your bread. Klopp's probably thinking like, all right, cool, innit? I'll see what I can do.
Klopp's walking past the West Indian bakery on the way to work every morning and thinking, I just want to be able to go in there and buy some Ras Clark hard bread. Big man, I beg you, one time, every morning I can smell it freshly baked. Can I please just go in there and buy some, please? Please. Everyone knows that fresh smell, like Matt said, that smell.
It's nothing like it. That
when the hard
smell, bro, fresh.
There is nothing
Lord.
Nothing like it.
Only fan setting. I'm not even gonna lie. Only fan setting.
No, it really is,
bro. And then you get home and you make a sandwich out of that. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. I know some people think a hard bread sandwich is ridiculous. I've got cramp in my mouth before trying to bite that sandwich, but who cares? It is what it is. Yeah,
I'm a hard bread sandwich, man.
Oh, yeah, hard bread.
And I cut my own slices. Don't get me the.
Yes.
Don't get me.
No. My own
slices
slice.
don't fit in the toaster. You smell burning when it's in the toaster because the slice is too thick.
100.
Hey, Sadiq! My God. Sadiq! Oh, Sadiq. So, all right, very short story. So, Cornfields is my local bakery that I grew up on, basically. It's a Jamaican bakery. Hey, I tell you, I went there
today still.
You lot know I don't even live near there anymore, but I still went there.
I'm not gonna lie, they're on Smash, but the proper one is the one in Elephant/Camberwell. Just around the corner from East Street Market. I can't remember the name.
I know what you're talking.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm trying to figure the name.
That supply the apple crumble to everyone else.
Yeah.
That one there. That one, Woolworth Road.
Making me
if anyone knows about the West Indian restaurant on Woolworth Road, my day.
Crazy.
Let
me help. Shout out. Let me help some of these super chats. So Nick, good evening, lads. On the subject of Sunday League phrases, one I used to hear a lot was "Lino." A couple of these. Lino, have a word. Shout out to Nick for those. Van Rodriguez, guys, if our play doesn't improve, what are the chances Klopp fires his assistant coaches and gets some new blood in with new ideas? I don't see that happening.
No,
Klopp
he's
is
a big
super
fan.
loyal. He's a super loyal person.
He's a big fan of Pep Linders, that's why he brought him back as well. Big fan, man. Can we put Cater and Ox? Oh, bruv. I beg they are on the hard food. I hope Navi's been boxing that off while he's been training, bro. And Ox as well.
Shout out to Lincoln as
might
well.
Get injured on the toilet if they eat too much hard food.
Shout out to QD662. Lincoln's. That's one in that's in North London. I think Edmonton. Lincoln's is fire as well.
Oi.
Lincoln's
I was gonna say Edmonton. I know exactly what it is.
Lincoln's is fire. Lengen Sweet says, disappointed I wanted a title race even though my team ain't winning the league. Sorry, even though my team is winning the league this season. So I'm guessing you're a Man City fan. Dado 1, good evening, my brothers. Nothing but love as always. Nothing but love to you guys in the chat as well. Thank you, Dado. Stuart, do you not remember United having 5 centre-backs out playing Carrick and Fletcher at centre-back? Last season, Andreas, Lingard and James up front. Now that's bad. I don't ever remember Man United playing Carrick and Fletcher centre-back. But again, I don't follow Man United as closely as I follow Liverpool. So I'd love to know. Ethan, guys, you forgot the GOAT of all Sunday League shouts. Turn and face!
Yeah, I remember that one still. I remember. Turn and face.
S. Wilson, Klopp needs to be more creative with tactics. Why not 3-5-2? Nat, Robbo and Kabak, Trent Simicast, Thiago Genie, Bobby in the 10, Salah Mane up front. It's a good shout. I don't know if we'll try it, but it's a good shout. At this point, we've kind of got nothing to lose. P.L., would you take Isaac at Liverpool? So that's IZAK. Again, I don't know much about Isaac, so I can't comment on that.
Is he talking about Alexander Isaac?
Alexander, yeah.
Hey, bruv, do you know something? So,
is he a player?
He was a player because he went to Dortmund. He didn't do well, and then I think they sold him. But his potential was mad. I haven't seen what he's been doing now at Sociedad, but if he stepped up, because they were saying he could be the potential next Ibrahimovic. That's how they were talking about, man.
But I take those ones with a little pinch of salt.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I need to go and see what he's done, but that's a good shout. I haven't seen what he's been doing.
Hey, Matt, remember this from Pro Nights. Drive!
Oh my! Hey, shut up and drive! Just drive! Hey! Alright, let me not even.
That was the one. Oh, shut up and drive, bro. What are you doing, bro?
Shut up, our boy, Breezy. Hey, Breezy, just drive! Just drive! Hey! Shut up, Breezy.
Shout out to
Liverpool fan
Mohammed
as well.
Khalif, who's a new member of ours. If you want to become a member, then click the link in the description, please, guys. You get
Trust me.
behind the scenes access and extra video content. Shout out to Dinesh for this super chat. For Chelsea fans, 50 years since they won the league, 1955 to 2005. Liverpool won 13 titles, 6 Champions Leagues, 6 European Cups, 7 FA Cups, 8 League Cups. Sorry, no, it was 6 Champions Leagues in that space of time. 3 Europa Leagues, Liverpool 1990 to 2020. Chelsea won 5 titles, 1 Champions League, 2 Europa Leagues, and 7 FA Cups and 4 League Cups. Dinesh with the win there. Dinesh with the clear win there.
Man said food banking.
Yeah, Dinesh weren't playing about. To hear Koreshi, Klopp has to go to a food bank waiting in the queue. Jeez. Aldrin. So at Matt, check out Kiki Coyote. He's better than Botman apparently. Oh,
It's a big shout, bro. Like, I'm gonna go do my scouting.
Yeah, that's a
I'll
big
go do my
shout.
scouting and I'll come back to you, bro.
Aldrin, guys, I think there must be a rule where an owner can only own an EPL or no other sports team. So there's no grey area of which club gets the money. In an ideal world, I agree with that, but business owners will do what they try and do to make money, to be honest. Dado, my brothers deserve to go on to be Kop-ish millionaires. I'd love to be a millionaire.
Trust me, bro.
I would love to be
Trust
a millionaire.
me. I like that energy.
Same here. Sly Ross, thoughts on Klopp winning a parade? That's some of our budget gone for the summer. It would be a bit embarrassing unless we win the Champions League. Kabak is signing. Yeah, unless we win the Champions League, I don't want a parade, with all due respect to anyone who does. It wouldn't feel right.
We can't
It really wouldn't.
like that, guys. We can't.
It really wouldn't. It really wouldn't.
Ben, watched your show yesterday. Mad funny. One of the guys, Mr. Sunday League, is man then bring their girls to a game and turn from Phil Jones into Prime Minister. It's so true. It is so
and
true.
man's got a different swag about him that everyone's like,
Yeah.
normally like.
Yeah.
It's true, bro.
Come from.
Yeah,
Like, he's
that
not
is
like
true.
this. What's going on here? And you know what? You always run past the girl, and you just casually have to be like, "Are you all right?" Because you just like,
boy.
tell your girl to go wait in the car. It's below 0, big man.
Oh, love it.
Shout out to Carf. No, I'm not on the Big Six show tonight. Grizz should be back. Grizz is the normal Liverpool fan on the Big Six. I just filled in for him. I was on the Kop-ish podcast earlier, so shout out to the Kop-ish podcast. Great little podcast they've got going there. Well, no, do you know, I'm not even going to say little. Like, I do say that as a terminology, but they're massive as well, and they're great. And they've had some great guests on, and I really enjoyed doing the show. I know people clip up things and say, "Oh, Callum's calling them little." They're not little, but you know what I mean.
No, bro. It's still the people are still bringing in their figures. But how many touches do you want? I'm not even gonna lie.
I know the one you just saw. What, release?
Everyone had that ball hog that thought he was the Zidane of the team.
Trust
Bro,
me.
released it, bro. What is wrong with you,
Man's
bro?
beating 4 man and then going for some dink or something when he could have played a through ball, bro.
Like coming back and trying to beat man again, and you're like, bro, release the ball, bro.
There's
What is
always one in the team. Trust me.
Yeah.
Always one, bro. I know who mine was anyway, and he weren't even good enough.
Ah!
Drift, I'll probably let you answer this one because I know you tweeted about this the other day. Do you think Sepp Maximan could be a viable option? He was sourcing against Man United, and his pace and dribbling skill could work well in our system.
Yep, I've been watching him for a little while now, and I said to you guys in the chat, at first I thought that he might just be a bit of a purple patch player because he's got ability. Like, no disrespect, like a Balassi or somebody like that, where you can see the ability, but it's never truly going to come to fruition. He'll just be that guy who every now and again just comes out of a moment. And just Townsend is a good example. He's a talented footballer, but it's so random when you'll get something good out of him. You just have no idea could be 10, 20 games between the next good moment. But watching what Maximan has been doing at a very, very poor Newcastle, let's keep it a buck. And I'm not even being rude because Newcastle's my second team because I've got so much family from Newcastle. He is balling out for them. I can't even lie. Like, if you look at how bad they are as a team, and I think if you put him around better players, I'm not going to lie, you know, I think Maximum could do a madness. I genuinely do think around better players, he could do a madness. I really do.
How old is he? Like 23?
I don't actually know how old he is.
Sure of his age.
I think he's young,
mid-20s. But imagine him being back up to Sadio, though, guys. And then Neto being back up to Salah and Jota being back up to Robert.
Well, he wouldn't be back up to Firmino.
Well, no, because I think Robert will still always be the favourite. But yeah, fair enough. Robert could become the backup to Jota, whichever way you want to look at it. I know we want the Mbappes and we want all of those guys, but I'm not going to lie. Maximum and Neto as our backup is a very, very, very good look.
Listen.
Well, sorry. I'm going to cut. Go on, Matt, because I'm going to cut in with something here.
I'm going to say something. So, I know you want St. Max. Cal wants Neto. I can't let the Rafinha thing slide, you know. I know KG's going to come for me again. KG, if you're watching, bro, nice all love. Lakers in 5. We do this thing, but, bro, I'm going to be real. Rafinha, bro, he's a problem. He's a problem. Like, I keep thinking Rafinha and Neto. Now, don't get me wrong. If we get St. Max, I'm not going to complain, but I think it's because of, like, he's left-footed, innit? And, like, he's just the techers. And, albeit he's showing some end product as well, at least. He's got, I think it's like 5 goals, I think, or something like that.
He definitely got end product.
Yeah, that's what I like about him. But again, he's the oldest out of all the guys we've mentioned. That's one thing I will say, because I think he's 25, whereas Neto's 20, I think, and St. Max is 23. So he is the oldest. But I just think, listen, we kind of have
perfect though, bro.
We have to go for one of them 3 players, in my opinion. Like,
I may have a go for 2 of the 3, bro. If I'm being completely honest.
No, that's sorry. That's what I meant. 2 out of the 3.
So let me hold you guys on that quickly, and I'm gonna. So Dado 1, thank you again. Content from my brothers is outstanding. Keep it up. Thank you for all the love, Dado, and always kind, positive words. So thank you for that.
Definitely.
Speaking of backups and players, everyone. So we've spoken about Mbappe. Apparently, news has come out today that Mbappe says if he moves club, he only wants to play left wing. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. I love Mbappe. We don't need a left winger. We need a striker. And Mbappe should be a striker. If Mbappe is coming and saying he wants to play left wing, I'm sorry. We got to go Haaland then.
And that, Cal, remember, that's why I said Mbappe is the better player. Haaland will suit our system.
Still thinking Mbappe. Do you know what I'm hoping to? I'm hoping if Klopp was to speak to him, Klopp could persuade him and be like, "You might play left wing, but you're gonna be centre forward, innit?" Like again.
All right, guys. What we do this? Sorry to cut you, Matt. Mbappe left wing, switch Mane to the right wing, and then put Salah up front.
No, Salah's not a killer.
No, yeah, but to get Mbappe in the team, would you take that sacrifice?
No, because it's just moving parts around.
But they'll interchange, though. They would interchange, though. You know he's not staying left. Remember, Cal, that's his starting position. You know you can get around that, innit?
I want a man in the middle who gets one chance and scores.
All right, but what about the rest of his game, though, Cal?
Bruv, we've got Mane on the left wing, bruv. I'm good.
No. What I'm saying is, I just think with Mbappe, the fluidity.
I would be all right with putting Salah up front if it meant Mbappe came to Liverpool. I would. No, I agree with you, Cal. We need a killer. But I think Salah, Mbappe and Mane running at you.
Yeah.
So many defenses. We'd probably score goals out of the Tyson effect. Remember when Tyson used to win boxing matches before he even had the fight? I've got a feeling that we'd win a lot of games through intimidation alone.
Mbappe in the tunnel next to Salah and Mane. I'm sorry, but if you're a defender, you are shook, bro.
No,
you are shook.
All right, so let's say that doesn't work. What happens then? What's our plan B? What's our plan B?
Why wouldn't it work?
Isn't it?
Yeah, but you're just swapping out 2 similar players for 2 different players. Like Haaland is a hybrid. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna switch tunes now and be like Mbappe is not better. Mbappe is a better player. But if Mbappe is saying he doesn't want to play a centre forward, guys, we need a centre forward. Let's forget about the name for now.
No, that's true. That's true.
We need a centre forward. We've already got a world-class left winger, even though he's madly out of form. We've already got a world-class right winger. We need a world-class striker, a finisher, who someone gets in front of goal and you already celebrate. He might not be as good as an overall player as Mbappe, but Haaland is that guy, and he don't want to play on the
Haaland
wing.
is a better striker. Haaland's a better striker.
Martinez, he wants goals. Like, these players want goals, man.
No, you're right. He's a better striker. Haaland is a better striker, in my opinion, than Mbappe. I think Mbappe works better off the flanks, and then he goes central. Like, I think with Mbappe, it's all about his starting position. Because even against Barca, he didn't play through the middle, you know. He played on the left and cut in and done a madness. He is one of those players where it's like he just starts out wide, but then moves central. Because that's why even before they sold, what's my man's name? I'm trying to remember. Remember, you had Neymar on the left, Mbappe was on the right, and Cavani, was in the middle before he went. Mbappe was lighting it up.
He did play sometimes through the middle, though.
Yeah. But I think his best work actually comes from out wide, believe it or not.
It might do, but that's not the work we need.
I hear you. But do you know my worries about Haaland? I just think... I said this to Drift, yeah? Haaland strikes me as someone that I think for him to stay at a really high level, he's going to have to work hard like Ronaldo. Whereas Mbappe's just got it. No, I'm not even saying... But Mbappe's just got it. Mbappe's just... Remember,
that was the conversation we had the other day, man.
Yeah.
I reckon by the time Haaland's about 26, we might not really be talking about him anymore. I was watching him the other day, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I was watching him, and I'm thinking a lot of what he does is just youthful exuberance and no fear. And you know, like back in the day when, like, I'm not gonna lie, we used to play games like Skitching. Shout out to all the old school man that know about Mega Drive, yeah. Skitching, where you hold on to cars on your roller skates and blow down the road at 40 miles an hour. Bruv, it was youthful exuberance, bruv. It was no fear. Bruv, do you think as a grown-ass man, I would grab onto a car moving 30 miles an hour on rollerblades and let it pull me down the street? Because I'm thinking about how many times I'm gonna die. I'm not doing that shit. And I'm watching him and I'm like, when Haaland gets a little bit older and confidence may have taken a hit or an injury might have hit him and little things, I'm like, is he going to be acting the way he's acting now? There's a lot of youthful arrogance about the way he plays now. And I agree with Matt. I think Mbappe's just got it and he's just that guy and he'll always be saucy. Haaland, I think if he loses a bit of that fear factor or a bit of that je ne sais quoi that he has now, or if something like, he's got to continue to work at being this guy. He does. He's not. It's not natural to him. I don't believe he's just naturally a special talent. Not the way Mbappe is, anyway.
But what I will say to that is Mbappe could, like, to counter that argument, Mbappe could start believing in his own source and stop working as hard, and his talent then becomes null and void. Then.
That's true. But under Klopp, I think it depends. Do you know what it is as well, Kat? I think it also depends on who you play for. I think some managers give certain players leeway, and I kind of feel like, as much as I love Neymar, I think the restrictions that he had a bit more at Barca kept him a bit more grounded, whereas as PSG, they gave him everything and said, you can do what you like, take games off, or whatever. And even though he's a mad, serious talent, one of the best for me to ever play the game as a talent, there are times when you question his mentality, and that's because I feel like they've just given him this leeway. With Mbappe, yeah, you might be right. But I think with Mbappe, he's just got to play under the right manager. Those managers that kind of keep you in check, they need to remind you, like, bro, you may be all worldly, but you still got to train. You still got to do X, Y, and Z. That's where I feel like Haaland does differ from him. But I will say this, though. Someone said something in the comments. I can't remember who said it, about Mbappe doesn't have the same mentality as Haaland, right? But one thing I will say, have you not seen this interview that Mbappe did where they said to him, like, I think it's Henri, like, what do you think about when you're in front of the goalkeeper? He's like, I want to kill him. Henri was like, I think the person was like, what? It was like, I want to kill him. Like, when I shoot, I want to, like, it doesn't mean literally kill, but he's just saying, I want to destroy everything. Mbappe has mentality, bro. Mbappe is a serious guy. He's a serious guy, man. Don't think just because he's nicer on the ball or nicer to look at from a technical perspective that because Haaland's brutish, Haaland just has this better mentality. It don't work like that. Mbappe's a killer, you know. Mbappe's a killer, bro.
Bruv, you don't do what he's done in the game at his age if you're not a killer. You don't. Mbappe's 22 and he's won everything except the Champions League. But at least he's already been in the Champions League final. Man, you don't do all of that at 22 if you're not a killer. That's a fact.
Who played that past him in the World Cup and he just breezed past 3 men? Was it Pogba, actually?
Yeah, it's Pogba.
Bro, yeah. Were we watching it, actually?
No, sorry. Pogba did the pass in the final against Croatia. The Argentina game was the game he breezed past 3 men. I can't remember who that was.
Yeah, bro. That mentality there is like, I'm taking it past everyone. No one's catching me.
That was a Michael Owen thing. Remember what Michael Owen did to Argentina?
No, because he don't care. He's looking to ruin you. When Mbappe gets the ball, in my opinion, he's different with it, but he still looks to ruin you. He wants to destroy you when he's got that ball at his feet. Trust me. Haaland does it as well. But
that's what I loved about Owen. I loved it. He believed he was the best, and he was for a long time. You've got to have that about you. You do. You lot saw the thing I told you about Michael Owen and whatnot. When he said that thing of like when he broke into the team at 18, he had mad respect for the oldest, obviously. But he was like, but I'm the best in this team. I know it's arrogant as hell, yeah, but that's what made Owen who he was. You need that.
You have
An 18-year-old, he said he knew at 16 he was too good to even play in the under 18s. He was like, I'm better than all of these, man. What am I doing playing at this level? I'm way too good for these, man. You need that. You do. You need it. 100%. You have to have that.
I hear that. Well, speaking of one French superstar, we speak about another one who I think my judge is starting to come to the fore a little bit.
I saw it on the thing.
Liverpool apparently will try and go in for Rafa Varane.
Spicy.
Drift, I'm going to come to you first. And shout out to Sammy, who follows us on Twitter, who's a Real Madrid fan.
Yeah, go to Drift first. Yeah.
Tell me why you wouldn't want Varane.
Tell us why, bruv.
Okay.
I'm going to be the backup dancer. Go on. Tell us.
I don't believe Varane is as good as people say he is, but it doesn't mean I wouldn't want him. There is a difference.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Say, for example, I went into a West Indian shop and I'm really hungry. And first thing I'm going to say is, have you got any stewed chicken? No, we don't have that. I'm like, okay. Do you have any curry goat? No, we don't have that. What have you got then? Curry chicken still. Yeah, give me some curry chicken. I'm still going to enjoy my dinner. But that wasn't what I went in the shop for. And I kind of wish they had my first 2 choices. That's Varane. Varane's the curry chicken. So I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying there are other players I would prefer over him.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to put. I'm just going to pause you there, Drew. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. If Varane came to the club, would he be our second best centre back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. And then name me 3 centre backs you would take over Varane.
Soyuncu.
Oh no!
Over Varane?
Yeah.
Varane.
Yeah.
I'll let you that. No, he's got 2 more. He's got 2 more to redeem himself. I might let him off.
There's no, you know what? You're not already angry at me. I'm not going to finish. I'm just going to say.
No, I need 2 more names. No,
he's delayed because he's trying to think of 2. He can't think of 2. We got you.
No, it's not that. Honestly,
go on. Give us 2 then. We won't even say that. Go on.
We need 2 more.
2 more. Give us 2.
If you want me to be frank, I'd rather have Soyuncu.
Yeah,
I'd rather have Koulibaly. I know you lot don't think he's had a good season, but I'd still prefer to have Koulibaly. I'd actually rather have Botman.
Swear over Varane.
Yeah, because here's what it is with Varane. I'm not saying Varane's not good, yeah, but for me, Varane reminds me a lot of Gomez, but just as more developed. I don't like the idea of a defender needing a leader next to him. Now that we know what we're gonna be like if Van Dijk's not around. I need the other guy to be someone who can be a leader himself. And I've seen Varane playing without Ramos, and he's not the same player. He's all
How
over
many,
the place.
how many times? How many times?
I've seen 3 key games for Real Madrid that
3,
Ramos
bro.
didn't play. No, but I'm talking
bro.
about key games. I don't watch Real Madrid religiously enough to know what he's like in the La Liga against Getafe or something like that. But I've watched him against Barcelona, PSG, like big games, Champions League, La Liga, whatever the El Clasico, those games, yeah. And when Ramos isn't playing, he's all over the place because he's not a leader. So I'm not doubting his ability.
All right,
I want a leader to be the guy we buy in case Van Dijk's not playing, like what we're going through right now. I don't need a guy who's a follower who's going to have to take the reins if Van Dijk's not playing, because we've seen what happens. It doesn't work.
But Drift,
it don't work,
this
guys.
is what
my take on it.
Yeah, I gotta say this, right? So
Go on,
I want a leader.
You don't think
he's not a crap defender. I want a leader.
Let me ask you this, yeah? How highly do you rate Sergio Ramos?
As a leader, at the very top. As a defender, I don't think he's as good as people say.
Okay, so even if Ramos is there, you still got to be able to defend, because remember, I've always rated Ramos higher than you, but you've always said like he's not that great defensively, but yes, he's got leader characteristics, right?
Yeah, he's an exceptional leader, Ramos. There's no doubt about that.
But bro, this is why when I say to you this, yeah, if you don't think Ramos is that great defensively, yes, he may be a leader. That means Varane's doing more defending then. Varane's being the better defender out of the two, even though Ramos has got the leadership. And what you got to remember is this though, bro. When Ramos ain't, but hear me out though.
Real Madrid don't do that much defending, full stop, because they're always.
They do, bro.
Can I say something, bro? You see, when Ramos don't play, it's literally the other teams look at them and just not just think we'll have a goal, but you can tell, as you said, the leadership ain't there, right? So there's going to be more opportunities where players are running at them one-on-one all game, bro.
Yeah, but that's because they know now they're not going to get punched in their face.
No, but bro, hear me out. It's a bit like us without Virgil sometimes, yeah? I've seen Real Madrid without Ramos. Literally, the other team, they'll take on Carvajal a bit more. They'll take on Marcelo when he was playing, but now obviously it's Ferland Mendy. But Ferland Mendy, obviously, I think he's class, yeah? But I've seen them at 6s and 7s, and Varane's still bailing them out. Varane's had bad games, but he's also had great games, bro. I've watched Real Madrid for a long time, bro. I'm telling you, Varane and Ramos are so key to their defense, bro. Like, if you take out either or, I think
Ramos is a better centre back than Varane.
What's that?
Evo Dre. Honestly, don't cap. That Phillips is better than
because, bro, I've seen Ramos with Militao. It don't look good. It don't.
No, but Matt, I'll be honest with you. You know that I don't think Ramos is as good as everyone else says he is, but he's better than Varane at defending, in my opinion.
He's not. No,
he's not. Not now. Back in the day. Not now.
Yeah, obviously he's an old man now, but I mean, in general, I would have said to you, Ramos is a better defender than Varane. That's just my opinion.
What now? Maybe
not now that Ramos is like 34, 35, but I mean, they've been in a partnership for a long time, and the majority of that partnership, I would say, not only is a leader, Ramos was also the better defender. That's just my opinion.
For me, I think there's been times. No, I think Ramos' majority, in my opinion as well, been the better defender. But there has been seasons where I think Varane's been better, and I think as well, because Ramos is such a bigger personality. I think Ramos always gets highlighted, bro. I'll give you an example. Like, Ramos gets into every single team of the year. And even though I think he's a great defender and has been a great defender, there's been seasons where you look at him and you look at them and think, how the hell is Ramos getting in there over Varane, over even Piqué, who's been better? That there's been years, and again, it's that whole bias thing in La Liga.
I just don't think Varane is what we need if we're gonna buy a 50-60 million pound centre back.
What makes you think that Soyuncu is more of a leader than Varane?
Because I watch him lead at the back for.
He doesn't. That's Johnny Evans.
Evans. He's the one, the vocal one.
Soyuncu is very vocal and he organises as well.
That's Evans, bro.
That's Evans.
No, I'm not saying Evans doesn't do it, But hold on a minute. Evans has been dropped for Fofana. It was Sancho and Fofana before.
No, he was injured. He was injured.
Evans is the one that always plays, you know, bro.
All right, listen, I'm just saying that Varane would not be at the top of my list. But if we got him, I would not be upset. That's all I'm saying. I would rather De Ligt than Varane.
No.
Have you seen De Ligt at Juve? Have you seen him?
I'm not saying he's amazing. I'm just like Marquinhos. There are players I would rather get than Varane. That's all I'm saying.
Marquinhos is not realistic in the
disrespect to Varane, you know.
He is
bro.
a leader, and we need a leader. Varane, to me, is just a more advanced version of Gomez because he's obviously more experienced and he's older. That's how
Varane's won the World Cup as well and the Champions League in the same season.
Champions League, but we can't.
All right, so let me ask you something, then, Drift. For France, who leads their defense?
At the time when they won the World Cup, Umtiti.
No, leave it out, Drift, man.
What?
He's more of a leader than Varane.
No, he's not.
You're not forgetting that Umtiti was a superstar centre back till these injuries kicked in.
No, he wasn't more of a leader though.
He wasn't, man. He wasn't.
That's just my opinion.
No, fair enough. That's your opinion. Fair enough.
That's fair. But I personally would be okay with him being the player we bought. I would pick a few players before him if I had the choice. That's all it is. So.
Oh boy. All right.
That hurts, man. I can't lie. I love Varane. That hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, you said some stuff in that little rendition.
I don't know if you can take it back. I don't know if you can take it back.
If we had to play Varane with no Van Dijk, I would feel like there'd be a bit of an issue because he would start making those mistakes he makes.
I'd be fine. I'd be over the moon.
I would be absolutely, but I won't even sweat.
What, Varane and Joe Gomez? I'm good with that. Cool.
Yeah.
What, two players who both need somebody else to guide them through the game? That's a calamity waiting to happen.
No. All right. So Ramos has been injured for Real Madrid for a little while now, and Real Madrid have been fine defensively. Who's leading that defense?
Listen, I watched La Liga this season, so I'm not going to comment on it. But I saw them struggle to get out their Champions League group, getting buoyed by flipping teams like Shakhtar or whoever the team.
I agree. I hear that. But I'm saying if Ramos has been injured, but defensively they've been fine, and I'm hearing this from a Real Madrid fan, a couple of Real Madrid fans who watch them like we watch Liverpool, and he's saying that they've been absolutely fine without Ramos because Varane has been the man.
They're not top of the league.
Bruv, they're second. But they'll be climbing at the table with injuries.
I haven't watched them anyway. I haven't watched them.
Just to put it in quick context, the other day in the Champions League, they had no Benzema, no Ramos, bruv, they had about 5 first-team players missing. Like, a bare man missing.
Atlanta had a man sent off.
No, but bruv, hear me out.
Come on, let's keep it real. Atlanta were down to 10 men for the majority of that game.
I'm just telling you, they've had bare injuries. They've had a lot of injuries, and that's why they're not as high as where they should be in the table. But they've actually closing the gap, if I'm not mistaken. They're hunting.
But he's not as good as people say he is, in my opinion. And he's definitely not a leader. And we need another leader. We can't only have one leader at the back.
Would you say Matip's the leader?
Not really.
But you're right, Matip, if Matip was fit though, right?
But Matip's barely fit. I would probably need to see Matip play a whole season. I could really make a judgment on whether he's a leader or not. Like, he comes and goes so quickly that it's hard to tell.
Who do you think is a better defender at Matip and Varane?
Matip.
I think we should move on. Because we got to do rival.
Matip for me is a better defender than Varane.
I'm not saying nothing.
Let's go into let's speak about the rivals, and then we'll get the Kopish Kall-in going. Drifter, you throw me off with every show. You throw me off, bro. But I just think I've got the show in the palm of my hand, and then you just come and slap out my hands, bro. Every single show.
Man, Matip a better defender, you know.
Listen, in the comments, people are split.
No, they are. They are. To be fair, they are.
People are split. For me, fully fit Matip is better than Varane.
Fair enough.
Just a quick question. Last one.
I'm not saying it's clear between either, but I'm taking Varane just.
Same. I think I'm taking Varane as well. Last one. Sancho or Varane? Who do you think is better?
Sancho or Varane?
Yeah.
I would pick Sancho. I think you lot are a bit caught up in the glitz and glamour of him being a Real Madrid centre back.
No, I'm not. You know me better to know I don't get caught up with stuff. Like
Neither do I, bro.
I told you, look, Soyuncu would be somebody who I would pick over Varane. That's just me.
Bro, I'm going to be real. Remember a couple of weeks ago when I come up with football fashion? In my opinion, bro, that is the definition. Bro,
No,
you see
Varane's
Soyuncu.
football fashion.
How can Varane be football fashion when we've been watching Man
He's a
City
Real
since he's
Madrid
been
centre
19?
back, so that just means he's got to be good because he's a.
Been watching Man City since 19 years old when he burst on the scene. We've seen the growth. You've seen one season of Soyuncu and gone, he's better than Varane, in your opinion.
What are you talking about? No, it's not one, it's two.
Bruv,
but he's only played one full season. He didn't play with Maguire.
That's what I was going to say. He was the replacement for Maguire, no?
Listen, it's all right. You lot have your opinion, I'll have mine. We move.
I'm just saying,
Right.
bro.
Let's move on to a rival watch then. So let's do this quickly so we can get some callers in. West Ham versus Man City. Surely Man City are going to do us a solid here, isn't it?
I was
all
going
right.
to say, we actually need. How mad is it that we're actually like watching West Ham games now and we're thinking, all right, yeah, someone just beat them so they can like step back a little bit here. Same with Leicester. I'm actually looking at Leicester now and I'm thinking, I was disappointed that they went out the cup yesterday because I'm like, nah, I need them to keep playing games that are distracting them from the top 4 race. Like, but yeah, I think City will beat West Ham 2-0.
Matt, what are you saying?
3-0. Comfortable for City. They're not sweating. As good as West Ham are playing, and they are playing well, Jesse Lingard's giving them a breath of fresh air. I can't even laugh at that because he has. He's balling out for them. He's getting them man there to do celebrations and that they weren't doing before. They don't look stiff. They don't look stiff anymore, bro. Them man are looking loose.
We got to be honest, bro. West Ham this season have been very good even before they got them.
No, they have, but this is the problem. They're coming up against Man City. Like, if you said, like, even West Ham versus, like, even the Man United, I'd actually give West Ham more of a chance. But this is Man City. When was the last time they lost a game?
Can't remember.
I can't even remember.
I think City will win, but remember, West Ham took points off City last time they played them, you know?
I know, but City, do you know what it is? City just, they're all in sync. Nothing's gone wrong for them. They've had no big injury.
About West Ham right now where there's just a real good feel factor.
Bruv, you're hoping, you're clinging on to the fact.
No, I want City to win, bro. We've got City won the league. We've got to start thinking about top 4 now, bro.
I see what you said.
Yeah. I need West Ham to lose, bro. Like,
yeah, well,
it is what it is, bro.
Put it like this. I'll be shocked if Man City don't win. But at the same time, if Jesse Lingard does a madness, then boy, I don't know, innit? But no, I think City win this one. Do you know what? I'll give West Ham a bit of credit. I'm gonna say 3-1 because of the Lingard effect. But Man City still win.
I'm going 2-0. Diaz and them, man, they don't give away goals, man.
They don't.
They don't care about Millie Rock and all them things there, bro.
They don't make a mark.
Leicester City. Leicester City versus versus Arsenal.
Come on, you Gunners.
What's that? Leicester versus Arsenal?
Yeah. Come on, you Gunners. You know what? Let me just say this, yeah. Because people always think I hate Arsenal. And don't get me wrong, I do, because you're a toxic rival and all my friends are Arsenal fans, so they're always like bantering or whatnot. But I'm going to keep it real for a moment because I just want to be that guy who gives credit where it's due. Saka is balling out this season.
I swear, whenever the word Arsenal's mentioned, Lee just jumps in.
He's done. He already knew he was there, you know.
Said you are being
balling out this season, yeah? And I do think it's really bad that Arsenal's best player is a 19-year-old, but you still got to give credit to that 19-year-old. If you took Saka out that Arsenal team this season, I genuinely think that they'd probably be in a relegation battle. I'm not even exaggerating, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. You take Saka out of that Arsenal team, and I think, bro, they were in a relegation battle in November.
No, we laughed. They weren't. They were like, what it is, they were closer to a relegation than they were, obviously, like top 4, but we kind of already said, Jeff, we know.
Matt, go and look at their wins. Go and look at their performances and go and look at their form when they did win those games in a row. and look how much Saka was a part of that.
Oh yeah. That, bro,
it's not a
Saka
joke.
the truth. Saka
It's
the
not
listen.
a joke.
Do you not remember? Do you not remember? I said I wanted Saka in the summer.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
No, I said he's a good
You
player.
did.
I didn't think he was this good, and I will say it right now. You see, right now, for me, if we're talking about the best talents in England right now in terms of form and what they're doing, in no order, I'm just going to name 3 names in no order: Saka, Foden, and believe it or not, Mason Mount. You know,
Sancho.
I think them. No, in England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because obviously Sancho.
You're right, Matt. You're right. Mason Mount. We'll get on to him when we talk about Chelsea. I'm not gonna lie. I've got to give credit to Mason.
I have to, but Saka right now, you see Saka, Mount, and Foden. I think what it is with Saka and Mount, they're getting a little bit more shine because they're doing a bit more for what Foden has to do for Man City, and rightly so because obviously Man City have got better players, but that does not stop the fact of Saka's doing a mazza. I saw the highlights of some of the Arsenal game yesterday, and I said to myself, "Rotted, this youth is just different." I didn't think that he was at that level that people were saying he was before. I kept on saying, "No, he's good, but he ain't on a level of Foden." And I'm not even trying to say he is, but there's an argument to be had on who is the best right now. And even Mason Mount, bruv. I know we'll talk about him, but
Saka's having a better season. I think talent-wise, Foden is better than Saka, but season-wise, Saka's having a better season than Foden. That's 100%. Fact.
Saka right now can tell them all to come outside.
Arsenal are in a relegation battle. It's not. I'm not taking the piss. I'm not. It's facts. Without Saka, Arsenal would be struggling so badly right now. You know who Saka is? Saka is our Mane 16-17 season, where there are good players in the team, but without him, it wouldn't be working. I'm telling you, I've got to rate the kid. I have to rate him. He is balling out this season.
He is. He's a special talent. It's that simple.
You can't hide it.
Sometimes it's not always good to compare because I just think sometimes you just got to embrace the player that you're watching. And that's why even though I named the 3, I just said those 3. And it's not even a compare. Let's forget comparisons. Let's just talk about the players, innit? They're all 3 special talents. There's obviously more. You've got Greenwood as well. Obviously, you've mentioned Sancho as well. There's loads of talents, but I just think right in front of our eyes right now in the Premier League, for me, Saka is having the best season out of all of them, and closely followed by Mason Mount, in my opinion. I think Mason Mount is balling out as well, you know.
Cool.
And Foden.
What we're saying for predictions is Arsenal going to do something against Leicester.
I
think Leicester's disappointment of going out might give them a bit of a hand. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
Did they have injuries, by the way, as well, Leicester, or were they full?
Maddison might be out of this game as well.
I'm going to say Arsenal on the back of that win on a bit of a high. I know Leicester are going to cause them more problems than... Who did they play? Was it Benfica, I think it was, yeah?
Yeah.
No, Arsenal played Benfica.
That's what I said. Yeah, Arsenal played...
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Arsenal at home or their away cup? Actually, don't know. Matter, no fans, innit?
No, Maddison is the factor for me because Leicester...
Yeah, if they've got no Maddison, I think Arsenal might do it. You know what? I'll go one better. Saka gets an assist. Arsenal 2-1.
If Arsenal win the game, Saka's got something to do with it. That's a fact.
Arsenal 2-1 and them to get a goal in like the 80-something minute.
I'm going 3-1 Arsenal.
Woo! 3-1.
Leicester got a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I say 2-1. Arsenal's going to win this one.
2-1 Arsenal. Saka's going to have a game still.
All right, next game, Spurs versus our mate Sean Dyche's Burnley.
I don't know what to think about Tottenham. They are all over the place.
They are losing games they shouldn't be losing, and they've been
win this game.
But what I will say is, I know they have the lowest ranked team in the cup, but I must admit, Dele Alli and Bale look like they're finding some form that could help Mourinho out in this crisis he's going through right now. They do look like they're finding some form. And one thing that I do think is a bit disrespectful, and this is what I'm saying about football fashion. Dele Alli did go through a really, really bad, rough patch. He did. It probably lasted about maybe 12 to 18 months, give or take some good performances. But we can't act like he's not a talent. We can't. Like, when you actually think about us talking about the Fodens and the Sakas and all these guys who were doing extremely well for their age, are you forgetting what Dele Alli was doing at that age? Dele Alli was scoring 20 plus goals. What was it, 2 seasons in a row at like 19, 20 years old? You can't really just be disrespectful to that because he's gone for a bad patch. It was bound to happen that he wasn't going to be able to keep that up forever, playing in a team that's not really that great. I know Tottenham are good, but they're not great. For me, I think Dele Alli has been massively disrespected on what he did for those first couple seasons just because he went for a bad patch. But he's coming into a bit of form now. Bale's coming into a bit of form now. We know Harry Kane is just that dude anyway. We know Son is that dude anyway. So if they can get Dele Alli, Bale, a couple of these men to help Son and Kane, so they're not the only people who are scoring the goals, I think that Tottenham could do a very good run at trying to win the Europa League and possibly put up a good fight still trying to get back in this top 4. So I'm still a little worried about them. I'm not going to act like they're not a team that needs to be. We can't sleep on them, should I say?
Yeah.
Burnley though like to rough you up. So I'm trying to weigh up how this game will go based on the aggression and the organisation of Burnley, and Tottenham being in a really bad place Premier League wise, but some of their players coming into form. Can Tottenham keep losing? Not when you've got players that are as good as theirs. Are they gonna? How many? Is it 3 losses in a row? I think for Tottenham, isn't it?
But bruv, look at us. Look at us. I know we got injuries, but you know when you look at like even up. Here's the thing, Drift. Just quickly, other teams look at us and think, how can Liverpool keep losing when they've got these talented players? Even though they've got players missing, they are actually mind-boggled. And I kind of feel like it's the same with Spurs. It's like they have got a serious squad and they've got a very good first 11, but they're losing games, bruv. And I think it's deeper than what's on the surface. I think it's Mourinho. I think there's stuff going on behind. I think it's deeper than that because there's no reason as to why they should be losing games, bro. No reason.
I think the players finally got a bit annoyed with the tactics when they realised that there's games they should have probably killed off and they didn't, and it's cost them points of why they are where they are now. Do you get what I mean? Like people like Harry Kane aren't going to be happy with doing more defensive work than attacking work. Like they're just not. You can get a man to buy into it for a little while, but as soon as you don't win, and then you don't win another one, and you don't win another one, the players are going to start going, no, Marino, I don't really like this. I don't like this. I'd rather have a go and lose than sit back and lose. Do you get what I mean? And I think that might be what's going on. It's what happens to Marino all the time nowadays, isn't it? Where he has an effect at the beginning, but then teams start realizing we should have went for that game gap. Why didn't we? And then they just start getting a bit annoyed with him, innit? So,
yeah.
Predictions, guys. What are we saying then?
Yeah, just quickly, I just want to say something. I think one of Spurs' main problems is that I'm gonna hold my hand up here and say something. Like I was disagreeing with you. Like I think like maybe was it last year we had this conversation about Birdvine and Lucas Moura, and you man was saying you think Moura is better than Birdvine, and I was like, bruv, no, Birdvine is better. I'm gonna hold my hand up right now because you see me, I'm an honest man, and when I make a mistake, I'll make a mistake. Even though I'm laughing, I made a mistake, innit? I've looked at it and thought, do you know what? Birdvine works harder and does a bit more grafting. But if you're talking about impact, goals, assists, I think Lucas Moura is your guy. And I actually think he suits Spurs. Yeah. If put it like this, if you want to win a game, you have to put Moura in there. For me, this is what I would do. You see how they play I'm trying to think. This is what I would do. 4-2-3-1. They need to take Ndombele at that 10, in my opinion. But the problem is, Jose Mourinho doesn't always trust him defensively because you know who should be playing 10 in my opinion? Bale. I think Bale should have that 10 spot where he's got a little bit of freedom, and on the right hand side you got Moura, and on the left hand side you got Son, and you got Kane through the middle. I don't know why.
Or Dele Alli, Matt. Or play Ali.
Yeah, I just feel like as good as Ndombele is, I've always said he's not a 10. Great dribbler with the ball. End product can sometimes be a little bit funny. He can score goals, but we're talking about Gareth Bale. People can say he's washed or not. But if you put Bale in that 10 spot, he will still get you more goals, in my opinion, than Ndombele. I just think Bale's is a shoot on sight, man, and he's going to cause more panic. So,
Ndombele needs to be playing next to
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg.
Yeah, but he don't trust him. That's the problem. That's why
But
he
he's
had to
been one of
alter.
their best players this season, so that doesn't
No,
really
but
make any sense, though.
no, the reason I say that though, he don't trust Ndombele in a 8 or a 6 because that's why he plays him higher up. Bro, Ndombele was a CM at Lyon, you know. He was no number 10. And here's the thing, Drift. When you put him as a 10, you're kind of disrupting the rest of the squad. He should be brought back to allow other players that are better in that 10 position to go play there. But
He's
by
a ball
doing that,
carrier. Ndombele's
yes,
a ball carrier.
I wouldn't play Cater in the 10. I would play him as a. You
But
know what I'm trying to say?
Keita would be a better 10 than Ndombele would, but you're right. I would still rather a lot of other players play there instead
Yeah,
of
put
him.
Bale in the 10 or Dele Alli. It makes more sense. The structure's better. But the problem is,
Ndombele and Naby are very similar in regards to where I would play them in the team. I think they're 8. They're box-to-box ball carrying midfielders who are good at ball retention.
Yeah.
That's what both of them are. So you're
yeah.
right. You've got to play one of them next to a sitting man who will
Yes.
do the donkey work and allow that player to be able to go and do what he does. You play Naby next to Fabinho. Fabinho sweeps up. Naby does the running and the dribbling and the ball carrying. Same with you play Højbjerg and then you put Ndombele next to him to do the ball carrying and you know what I mean or whatever, and you let Thingy do the dog work. That's how you got to run it.
100%. In Mourinho's mind, it's too expansive. But yeah, sorry, Carl, I've been going on and on. Predictions. If Mourinho does what I told him he should be doing, then they'll win the game. But you know he's going to be very pragmatic and play flipping. Yeah, Ndombele. It'll be the same lineup as always. So I'm going to say 2-1 Spurs. They might just nick it, actually. 2-1 Spurs. They might nick it.
2-2.
Spurs.
Yeah,
2-1 Spurs.
2-2.
They might nick it. They might nick a goal.
I gotta be honest with you both. Drift, you're giving us way more credit than I think we deserve. I mean, they've got Højbjerg and they've got. I don't even know how he says is the end silent? Is the end not silent? They got them two in midfield. I mean, how do you get the ball off that bloke? I mean, Tanguy, let's get ready to tango. That's what I say. You can't get the ball off him. Then you're talking about their centre backs. I gotta be honest, you can't really wrap them up. I mean, Eric Dyer's not great, but one thing, you ain't gonna get change out of him. You ain't gonna bully the fella, are you? A man after my own heart, Eric Dyer. I gotta be honest, I do love the kid. And then you look at Mourinho, he sets up like me, but he's got more talent. I mean, who means Son? I mean, his name's Son, but he's definitely my dad when it comes to playing football. He knows what he's doing. I mean, you got Bell. I mean, he's not the Real Madrid Bell, he's not the Tottenham Bell of old, but cool, blimey, he's got a lefty on him, ain't he? And then, I mean, Kane, we saw what Kane did to Undertaker, and I've got to be honest, he's going to do the same to our defense. he's going to bury Tarkowski alive, he is. I mean, goodness me, Nick Pope is going to need some real help to in that game. I've got to be honest, I'm going 2-0. It's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. I'll be real with you. Tottenham are winning this.
Bruv, I'm sorry, bruv. I've got to drop the beat. That one, you smashed it. Man said, I saw what Kane done to the Undertaker. I'm finished. I've lost all composure.
Robocop settings in that.
Oh my days!
Every time I do it, kills my throat, man. I don't know. Sean Dyche speaks like that for a living, bro.
Nah, smash the alright, people. You gotta smash the like, even just for Cal, bro. Cal is the GOAT, bro, for Sean Dyche. He's the GOAT.
Sean Dyche's wife must do this about 10 times a day. Just trying to drop a hint. You know what it was like? Just trying to drop a hint, like
even when man says morning, innit? She's just like. You like it, Sean?
Join a cup of tea, Sean. He don't drink hot drink. 100% sure.
Aye, trust me.
Man probably has a can of Coke with his cereal.
He probably eats the can as well. he probably eats the can. All right. So, last game we discussed before we get the viewers to call in. Chelsea versus Man United.
Oh, big game.
We need a
big
Man
game.
United win. We got to keep it honest.
Yeah, we do, bro.
We need Chelsea, Leicester, and West Ham and Tottenham to lose as many games as they possibly can. We just do. We can't think about rivalry anymore. We can't think about who we do and don't like and all that. City's won the league. Let Man United win as many games as possible if it's against the teams that we need to lose. So if Man U are playing West Ham, Leicester, Tottenham, Chelsea, I just want Man U to win the game. I hate them. But City's won the league. Man U winning games doesn't matter anymore. Like, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Chelsea win. I think Chelsea are going to win this game.
You think so?
Yeah,
I'm
Ollie sets up
scared
two
they're going to win.
other big six teams. He sets up 2 negative.
Yeah, you know what it is
but
as well,
Ollie's
Jeff?
record against the big six is actually quite good, though.
Yeah, he doesn't lose, but he doesn't really win.
But Finger looking good though, Jeff. Under Tuchel, I have to say they look a bit.
They look better.
Ask Crystal Palace. I'm not saying Chelsea are rubbish or anything. I mean, ask Crystal Palace. It wasn't that difficult for Palace to get a draw against them. No, Southampton, sorry, not
Southampton.
Yeah.
Southampton had lost 6 games in a row and they got a draw out of Chelsea, and it was a lucky penalty that even got Chelsea the point. I think Man United will win this game.
I think that's you're going more with your head than your heart. So
I genuinely think Rashford, Bruno Fernandes 2-0.
I'd be happy if that happened, but I've got Chelsea winning this 2-1.
2-1. They have been looking good. Only thing is though, when you look at Chelsea from an attacking standpoint, do you think they're going to go Giroud or Abraham through the middle? Because they're not going to play Werner. We already know that.
They'll go with Giroud.
Yeah.
If they go with Giroud, for me that plays into Man United's hands, and that's when will.
Bro, Giroud will bully the fuck out of Lindelof and Maguire.
No,
that man can't handle Giroud.
No, but Maguire, as much as I don't make Maguire's still a unit though.
Yeah, but
Giroud will bully him, bro. He'll bully him, bro. I've got to be honest. I don't rate Giroud as like a first choice, he's your main guy type of striker. I don't. But I have learned to respect that man. He has been the backup for Arsenal and Chelsea, and Deschamps has stuck with him as the number 1 striker for Arsenal, for France. And I've always watched him and thought, this is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Blah, 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 blah. But you know what? The man has forced me to respect him. He's forced me to respect him. And do you want to know something? Yeah. I genuinely believe he's the best striker at Chelsea. Call me crazy. He's the best striker at Chelsea.
He probably is, you know. He probably is. Man, I know this don't mean much, but Man United are away from home, right?
No, I think it's at home, isn't it?
No, Chelsea at home.
Oh, okay.
When was the last time Man
United better away?
No, this is what I was going to say. When was the last time Man United got beat away from home, Cal? It's been a while, isn't it?
Not this season.
Yeah. It might be a calendar.
I hate to say it. I don't even want to say this, but I'm backing Man United not to get beaten. I think Man United will at least get a draw out of this game then, because their away form, for whatever reasons, their away form's been on smash still. I can't even front. It has been. Their home form's not been that great, but their away form has been very, very good. You know what?
Chelsea are struggling to score goals as well. I know he's a good striker, but Chelsea are kind of struggling to score goals.
I'm gonna go. It's either gonna be. I'm gonna go 2-2. 2-2.
Right, you can see Chelsea putting 2 past them.
Do you know why?
Yeah,
I can see a De Gea mistake, you know. But even I can see
if Giroud's playing, possibly. If Giroud isn't playing, Chelsea ain't scoring 2 goals.
I can still see a mistake, bro. Like something like a Mason Mount shoots from just outside the box, and De Gea should have got there, and I don't know, man.
Speaking of Mason, I said I'll touch on it when we get to the Chelsea game. He's another player. I've got to give him respect. I do. Like, a lot of people like to laugh at Chelsea and Mason Mount and whatnot. Like, he's not fashionable. He doesn't look good. His name isn't even really that good. No disrespect, but Mason Mount isn't the type of name that it throws the football world alight like a Juan Raquelme, and like them names that just like they make you feel great. But I've watched Chelsea, and whether it's good or bad, after all that money they spent, Mason Mount is Chelsea's best player. It's just a fact. And you have to put respect on his name. You do. All rivalry aside, all beef aside, Mason Mount is balling for Chelsea. And without Mason Mount, I actually think Chelsea would be a lot worse off. That sounds crazy when they just spent 90 mil on Shai Havertz and they got Werner and Ziyech and all these man. But I'm not going to lie, if you take Mason Mount out of the team, God knows what will be going on with Chelsea right now. Like, it's real. It's just real. You have to give Mason Mount his credit. He deserves to go Euros, and he's playing extremely well this season.
He is, man. He is. He's a baller. He's techie with it as well. He's techie with it. He's very good with his feet.
People give him credit for. I can't even lie.
He's techie with it, bro. Man can use both feet as well. Very
credit for still.
Very good agility, very good balance, and I think for him it's his decision making as well, which I think is actually really impressive. So I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna say 2-2. You know, I'm gonna stick 2-2.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea.
I'm going to say 2-0 Man U.
Fair enough. All right, I'm gonna read out these super chats and then we'll go on the phone.
Cool.
So Jersey Boy, shout out to Jersey Boy, absolute legends. Aldrin, I rewatched Matt and Drifty's vlog versus Tottenham at Anfield, where Drifty says 2-minute injury time. Mark your man, D up, and going crazy afterwards. There, that's your praise.
All right, Matt, remember that day, bro?
I remember, bro.
Tottenham tried to ruin my shrimp dinner that day, bro. I swear.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. That day was magic, huh? Absolutely.
How can I eat lobster and be vexed? That don't make no sense.
Bro, do you know something? Do you remember when we saw, we didn't see him personally, but remember when Harry Kane was like, he said something, he was like, don't give me 2 opportunities. Remember, he said something.
Yeah,
what did he say?
Camera. He said, you can't give me 2 chances.
Yeah, when he said that, I'm not gonna lie. Like, and again, I shouldn't really say this, but that day I was so angry that we drew, yeah? And where me and Drift were, yeah, we was in a executive box, and I can't even front. If Mum would have saw Harry Kane for whatever reason walking around Anfield, I'm not gonna lie, I would have said, "Say it again, big man. Say it with your chest." What did you say? say it again.
I would have put it on.
I was so angry. We were so like
the dive from Lamella in that game was sensational.
It was remember the penalty, innit? And the thing is,
it was sensational. And you know the one thing, remember, because we was at the Kop-ish. Yeah. We didn't even really know what Salah did. We just knew the ball went in the back of the net. We just started going mad,
when we looked at the TV replay, fam, he done a Lionel Messi. Like he just
that was
the way he went around the 2 guys with such ease and the balance, and then he finished it. I was like, nah, this guy's different. This guy's Salah's different.
Actually made a penalty save in that game as well.
Yeah.
John Conway, good evening, guys. Do you think Klopp will leave in the summer if FSG don't back him?
Man, I hope not.
It's a possibility.
I don't want these conversations right now.
It's a possibility. But we'll only see what happens.
All jokes aside,
but it's a possibility.
Anything could happen for real.
Nick about St. Maximan, he's 23. Personally, I think he would excel with us. I reckon we could get St. Maximan for 30 to 35 mil, potentially. Joe K, evening lads. Must win needed against Sheffield United. Won't be confident in any game going forward. Not going to lie. By the way, it's my birthday today. Big ups. Aye. Joe.
We
do when it's your birthday, Joe.
Trust me, bro.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, brother.
Anfield Cup, Erling Haaland or João Felix for Liverpool? Just one answer, guys.
Haaland, because we need him more as a strike. We need to strike
Haaland for me.
Yeah.
Drift?
I'd go Haaland, but Felix is saucy though.
No, he is definitely.
And we do need this kind of creative player. So.
Yeah, Haaland for me though, for what we need right now.
We need to striker more so.
Khalid, yes, lads, loving your content. Nothing but love. Thank you to yourself. Promo, Mbappe versus Monaco last weekend, he was poor as a centre forward. Yes, he was actually in that game.
The game. He was
poor in that game. Dinesh Karai, what if Liverpool could buy Harry Kane? Then I'll be sitting here very, very happy, man.
If we got Kane,
I told you already, Harry Kane would be my first choice if it wasn't about whether it was possible or not.
Yeah.
Harry Kane in this Liverpool team?
It's done. It's done. It's done.
Bro, Harry
got a
Kane
wrap.
through the middle and
It's got a wrap.
Firmino playing the 10.
It's
It is
done.
a wrap.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you,
right,
you might not even need Firmino playing a 10 with Kane.
That's all right.
But
That's all right,
Kane will
fine,
come
bro.
back and
Listen.
play the 10.
I'm a fake stuff quickly, yeah. So I spoke to Jose. He gave me the go ahead for the transfer, and obviously I spoke to Sonny. Sonny gave me the go ahead. Spoke to Delhi. Delhi said he hasn't been working since. So you just got to do what you got to do. Spoke to Jurgen. Jurgen said, "Wow, you're a striker. We need a number 9." So it's best that I did beat Anfield. It is what it is, isn't it? Like I'm Harry Kane. I score goals. Don't give me 2 chances. These lot already know they had to buy me, so it is what it is, mate.
Harry Kane is spot on.
Hey, Harry, I want to try and do my Brendan Rodgers again, but brother, when I tried to do the Brendan Rodgers last time, I think I went a bit.
You went Scottish still.
Yeah, Scottish. Brendan Rodgers is a hard one, though.
Yeah,
Brendan Rodgers is.
It is.
I'm trying to think. Brendan Rodgers is like Raheem. He's a beautiful young man. See, it's hard to do the Brendan one. It's hard because you slip into the Scott. Brendan's hard. I think I've only done it once where you man were like, raw.
Yeah.
I need to work on the Brendan one still.
M to the O, boys, we're doing that thing again where we start believing FSG will spend money required to sign Mbappe. This ain't happening without selling. You're right. I know you're right, but I wanted to dream. Aldrin, can you guys do a show of the best 11 players that we didn't sign in the Premier League? Is that Karius passes ping? Is that Karius pinging passes? LOL. I think we've done one. Have we done a best 11 that we haven't signed?
That we have? Yeah, we did.
I feel like we've done something like that. Or did we just do one for each season?
No, I think we did it for the members, I'm pretty sure there's a members vid where we done, the best 11 that we didn't sign or something like that.
Okay, I'll have a look through the archives.
Yeah. Conroy, so Scottish, man. I'm telling you, the Brendan one's hard, bro. It's hard. Brendan hard, Like,
shout out to Aldrin as well, because that was a little quote from the vlog when we was watching Karius and we couldn't believe that he was actually pinging passes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Karius' passing in like warm up is exceptional. He was pinging passes like his name was flipping Xabi Alonso. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just a shame when the lights come down and the action starts, man, goes into that, whatever it is.
I was gonna say, Nick, don't let one bad game against City cloud your judgment. Varane is mustard. Ryan, just waiting for Drifty to say Carragher in his current state is better than Varane. You're a madman.
Carragher over Varane all day though.
What now? Well, obviously.
Don't, Matt.
No, I'm talking about Pete Carragher over Varane.
I'm not getting involved in these conversations, I'm not.
If you think differently, then I'm gonna think differently of you.
Bro, you've already said so much stuff. I can't even.
That last statement you made there, Drifty, is wild. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
What, Varane over Carragher?
Yes.
All right,
that's wild.
Let's move on without the eerily.
Man said Soyuncu over Varane.
That's wild, Drift, man.
Yeah, I've said it. 2 fingers in a bucket. Fuck it.
Drift, that's wild, bro. To get back to
Soyuncu over Varane, I'm not.
Carragher over Varane.
Yes, bruv, all day long.
Oh, Drift, man.
Let's keep it moving.
Cal, don't. He just wants you to engage. Don't engage.
Demo, stop worrying about up top. Just check the teams who play versus each other in the next 5-6 games. They'll play each other and we play Chelsea. Top 4 is safe. I hope so, Demo. I do hope so. I really do hope so. Nick, We eat bricks, we eat wood, we eat nails, we eat glass. All right.
Glass, you know.
So, guys, it is coming to that point in the show where we're going to open up the phone line. So, as always, guys, what I'm going to ask of you is that you say what you've got to say, and then we'll take you off the stream so we can get someone else in, and then we'll quickly discuss what you ask us and then keep it moving as swiftly as possible. So, if again, we don't mean to be rude, but if you're going a bit too long, we may just ask you to speed up or move on to the next person, only because we want to get as many people on as possible. So let's do this. The link is in the description, people. Welcome to Kop-ish Kall-in. Drifty, I'm still stunned by that last comment, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
I just can't get over Sancho over Varane. I just can't.
Man.
One day you'll see. Soon you'll understand.
But I'm saying even right now, we're not talking about whether Sancho's going to... We're talking right now,
Yeah, I'm talking right now.
That's a massa.
I don't know. Stephen, brother, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I have to say, bro.
Not bad, lads. It's been a while, hasn't it? Since I've been on here.
I know. How you been?
Not bad. It's just at the moment, I've just been like sort of depressed Liverpool at the moment. I haven't seen this before. 4 defeats at home, man.
Yeah,
4 defeats at home.
No. Most people living on this planet haven't seen that happen because the last time it happened was 1920s. So
we've been shocking, Stephen. We've been absolutely shocking.
Tell you something. This ain't the team I've seen, from last season. You know what I mean? It's just absolutely dreadful. And like you said, there's no confidence in a game now. What can you expect from this team? That's the thing. We're moving we're going back. It's like what in an Arsenal situation, and I'm just like, oh no. It's just for me. It's just all this is just oh my god. It's not making me good in any of these games afterwards in a way. But I sort of switch off and go and watch Simon videos instead because I just want to get away from the depressing way of social media. So my question is about the spine of the team, because what a lot of people have been talking about this 4-3-3 thing and how we've been using it since 2017-18 and using it to our advantage to win the Champions League and the Premier League. But do you guys think it's time for a formation change and getting these new spine players in, and will that work in a new formation if we go with it? Because I think for me that has to change. I don't know about you.
I do, yeah. I don't think we're tactically fluid enough for a top team. I think we should have the players at our disposal to be able to play a 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, 4-3-3. At the moment, the squad depth dictates the formation we play, in my opinion.
Yeah,
so we can deviate from the positions and the formations, but if we do that, in my opinion, you kind of have to put square pegs in round holes, which is what I think we need to get away from. But I definitely think 4-3-3 needs a new. We just need to change it, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel, Matt.
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to come away from 4-3-3 unless we're catching teams cold and they're not ready for it, and then we bring it back for a game. Maybe even in Europe, where the European teams they're not as used to playing against us. But in the Premier League, it can't be 4-3-3 anymore, man. Especially not when we don't have our quarterbacks. You know what I mean? When we got Gomez and Van Dijk that are pinging 40-yard passes into the strikers and missing midfield and teams can't really cope with it, it's fine. But you take that away, and then 4-3-3 is just very, very, average for what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I echo that. I think if we haven't got our best lineup, which we don't have, I think you need to make changes. But I think Carl's right. Even though we haven't got our best lineup and we're sticking with that same formation, it's because Klopp feels probably that the personnel the people that he has to play, he doesn't trust them even in a 4-2-3-1. And that says a lot, because really and truly, our manager should, majority of the time, be happy with the squad that he has. But you can kind of tell with Klopp that, he doesn't trust all of his players. He really doesn't. And I think it's become a detriment to us now. Whereas before, he hasn't had to use that or rely on them in the past because he's always had them fully fit. He's always had Van Dijk, Mane,
Also-
Salah. Yeah. No, go on, Stephen, go on.
Have you noticed our bench? They've like, it is shocking.
It's bad.
Shaqiri,
There's
everything.
nobody there.
Divock Origi, shite. You know, and there's no one to bring off that bench. Jota's going to come back, and that's it.
Yeah.
That is it. That's it. We have to make signings if we want to compete with Man City because for me, oh my goodness.
Steven, I'm laughing. Drifty's livid with you just saying.
I think if you, the way you got to look at it is like this, Stephen. Regardless of whether you rate Divock Origi or not, you look at our bench as a whole compared to the rest of the top teams in the Premier League, and it doesn't look that great. It really doesn't, and it looks worse because of the injuries that we have, and that's why, in my opinion, we should be going to a 4-2-3-1, or dare I say it, even a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2, because there's bare weakness. You can see the weaknesses in our squad right now. You got to try and somehow cover that up. But right now we're playing the same way with mainly the same players, and nothing's going to change at the moment. So
no, I didn't say Divock Origi was shite for his whole Liverpool career. I only said he was shite for this season because
You don't have to explain yourself to us.
no, you don't need to explain.
Can't forget what he did. Can't forget what he did in the Champions League final in Barcelona. So it's for me. He's done great. Send him off. You know, that's it for me. But for me this season, he's done, which is unfortunate to see.
For me and Matt, you're right. I reckon you'll probably have to message Drifty privately too.
I
think we're gonna get the next person on, though, bro. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Big up, man.
Thank you very much as always, bro.
Big up yourself, Stephen, man. Take care, bro.
See you there.
Sorry, Drifty. I'm not in control of what people say. Okay.
I know.
All right. So we're gonna bring in next caller. LTAP, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Yeah, good, man. Bless,
Bro, how you doing?
Yeah, I have like 3 quick questions. All right. So the first one is, do you think like with Keita, Van Dijk, and Jota back, like if Van Dijk comes back, you think we have a chance in the Champions League? I actually think we do, because depending on the draw, obviously in the quarterfinals. But let's say we get an easy one, and then they come back maybe quarterfinal, second leg, and then they start to be fit after that. I think we really have a big chance, to be honest.
What would you consider an easy draw in the next round if we make it through, though, bro?
I think Real Madrid is easy.
I hear that, but Ram will get smoked. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll be honest.
Sorry. All right. So LTAP, again, not trying to twist your arm here or anything. But we say easy draw, and you're right. Real Madrid haven't been that great this season, especially in Europe. But I'll ask you this, and again, this is no shade at our proper players. It's just me asking a question. Would you be confident with Nat Phillips or Kall-in or Davies being our centre-back pairing against the top Champions League team?
I think maybe we can get away with it. Maybe in the first leg with Kabak and Davies. I think that I actually have a feeling. I don't know. Like I feel like we could just about get away with it if they come in for the second leg, maybe 1-1 or something. Because we're actually not that bad. It's just like individual mistakes, but it's really tough, to be honest. But
I'd love us to win the Champions League. I can't see it. Like when we won the Champions League that season, I think everyone forgets about. I forget about the Barcelona tie. We were so solid defensively throughout that campaign, especially in the knockout, should I say? Especially in the knockout stages, we were so solid defensively that it gave us that foundation to be able to go out. Remember, we kept Bayern Munich to 1 goal over 2 legs. I think Paul goal over 2 legs. Barca obviously got the 3 in the new camp, but even those 3 goals, you could argue one of them was very lucky and one was an amazing free kick. And then in the final, we kept a clean sheet as well. So
and just quickly, I'll tab as well. If you think about it, we had Van Dijk and Matip, and that's where Matip really came to the forefront when we won the Champions League. And I don't want to burst people's bubble, but I'll be real. I think it might be a bit of a stretch for Van Dijk to come back at the end of the season. And I feel like even if he does come back, it's a lot to ask for him to just be Van Dijk like how he was before straight away, because an injury like that is going to take time. So even if he is back, I think it's going to be hard. But I will say this, though. Sometimes the Champions League, the way I see it, is a bit like a lottery. And it does depend on the tie that you get. And yes, you may be able to negate your way against maybe a lesser team. But I kind of feel like the defenders that we have, obviously we haven't seen all of them. So, for example, we haven't even seen like Davis play one game. We kind of know what Nat Phillips brings to the table. For me, I know people say I have an agenda, but I'm just going to be real. I'm not sold on Kabak. Maybe Kabak can become better, maybe as the season progresses. But I still see individual errors in our team, where it's like, unless Fabinho plays there or whatever, I don't see us being as strong, like what Kyle said, in my opinion.
Especially
Kabak
when
or
the
Varane?
Say again?
Say again, sir?
Kabak or Varane?
You know what?
Don't.
I actually agree with
Drift.
Varane. I don't rate him as much as you guys do. I actually agree with
You take Kabak over Varane.
No, I wouldn't. But I'm just saying. No. I'll take Varane all day, but I'm just saying I don't rate him as highly as a lot of people do. Like Drifty, to be honest.
What do you rate Soyuncu? Do you rate Soyuncu ahead of Varane, like Drift?
It's a tough one.
Tough. You think it's tough?
Let me tell you. Because the thing is, if Van Dijk's not there, then I would take Soyuncu. But if Van Dijk's there, then I would take Varane, because I feel like Varane with Gomez, just like no leadership, no whatever, like no one's talking in that back line. No one.
I like you. I like you, bro. I like.
But who said? Listen,
don't bully him, bro.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question, Drift. It's what we do. I'm asking you, Drift. And Altab, I'm asking you both.
Let's do this.
Altab, I've just got your back here, but I'll ask you both. What makes you think that Soyuncu? What makes you think Soyuncu is going to be the leader, though? Like, what makes you think he's more of a leader than Varane? Because that's the only bit that I'm thinking.
I watch him be more of a leader in the games that I see.
Yeah,
I just do.
Fair enough.
He's in my opinion, he's a slightly better leader, and I think he's less mistake prone. I think Varane is prone to a mistake.
City this last season.
Yeah, I think whenever Ramos isn't playing, I watch Varane make mistakes. It can't be a coincidence. It can't be.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'll leave it there.
The last two questions, so I'll let the other people come in. So, like, speaking of the goalkeeping situation, do you think like it's actually good now, because Kelleher is a very decent second choice, and for third choice, I don't think you can actually get better than Adrian. Like, I know we all like joke about it, but like, where do you actually get a better goalkeeper than Adrian for third choice?
I disagree respectfully, Altia.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you look at Man United's situation, I know maybe it's a little bit unfair to do it, but they've got De Gea, Henderson, and what's his name?
Romero.
That's the type of three I want. I'm not even gonna lie. That's the type of three I want. Now we gotta think like that now. Do you know what I mean? All three of those goalkeepers absolutely destroy Adrian.
What I will say,
I
don't think you're that far off. I mean, in terms of third choice goalkeepers, I can't think of many third choice goalkeepers that are very good. But what I will say is Adrian's not a third choice goalkeeper at Liverpool, because Alisson unfortunately picks up so many injuries. So I wouldn't say he's third choice. I would still like a proper goalkeeper to come in and challenge with Kelleher, and even put a little pressure on Alisson as well. So without getting on his back, I think Adrian needs to move on in the summer, in my opinion.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I just want to thank you guys. Like, you guys been like amazing this channel. Like, honestly,
I appreciate
you guys always, your content and everything, like, it's amazing. I just want to thank you guys for that.
I appreciate that a lot, man. Right. Thank you, my bro. It means a lot, dude.
All right, thank you, bro.
Right, peace.
All right, take care.
Peace out,
bro.
There he is.
Listen,
The man, the myth.
I'm letting Drifty know now. Coming for you first, innit? The blasphemy, and I'm letting you know, the reason why you lost last week is because I put a straight juju on you, man. How are you talking about Henry ain't got better shooting stats and all of this than Kane? What are you like talk about? Drifty? What you want?
It is what it is, bro.
No, we ain't doing that today. We ain't
It
doing
is
that
what
today.
it is, bro.
Listen, Drifty.
It is what it is,
You know
bro.
what? I took the juju. I took the juju strain for this week because I know obviously you lost. Obviously, big up what's his name, Alex, and I know he obviously lost his dad. Rest in peace. Obviously, that's a joke. Like, it's sad to see that. But next week it's back on for you, man. Innit? I'm just letting you know. It's back on for you, man. Next week it's back on for you.
I don't. Here's what, yeah. When I big up a player, he normally starts playing poorly. So if you want to judge this, I'm gonna start talking about Saka like he's Messi, big man.
Listen, I told you,
and then just put the full judge on him, you know, bro.
Listen, Saka's he's king of the juju because he's doing the madness right now. He's not even talking. Saka is out here. I told you, man, about Saka, innit? Like, but you man had to wait a little while before obviously he came up and showed you the thing. What I was gonna say to you, two things. Firstly, and obviously when I say this, it's with obviously respect, because I know you man are football heads, like proper, and even everyone in the chat, like I know everyone in the chat is proper football people, football guys, football girls. But do you not think you're giving Klopp way too much? And I know Drifty kind of is a little bit maybe on what I'm about to say. You're giving Klopp a lot of sort of leeway. I think about even from the end of last season where you lot won the league and you weren't playing Harvey Elliott, you weren't really bringing in your sort of reserves, you weren't really playing other players. So that started from last season, sorry. You then get to this season. We get to season and he's not really playing, like not really making any subs. Obviously, I see we were preview, so we weren't changing, and we know that even in the what did you not play away and you didn't make no subs, and like the Champions League, I can't remember.
Mitchell.
Where Jota got injured. Yeah, that one there.
It's been a consistent thing with Klopp all season. So the whole thing with FSG, he got Thiago as well, Klopp. Now, I love Thiago. You lot love Thiago. But did you really need him? Because we were all talking, and you lot were all talking about from the beginning of the season, you needed another centre-back. You needed other players. You needed a striker. So that if Klopp wanted Thiago, then he's kind of messed up with that. So that's one thing. So I do think Klopp is about 90% to blame for the season. You know, I really don't pull it on FSG like that, because there's been a lot. Like, he could have produced a lot better from what he's doing. He's not made no tactical changes. He's not done anything to kind of help the team. Now, his mum's passed away. Like, there's a lot going on with the team, and like obviously you lot have had a lot of hard luck, and it's obviously quite sad for Liverpool as a team, because as I said, I wanted you lot to win over Man City because I don't like that one.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, personally, I think Klopp's 90% to blame for this season. Like, and to be honest, if it was me, I'll be asking for his head, man. Like, I'll be asking for his head, because he's moving crazy this season for me. But I mean, I ain't won the Champions League before, so I can't really say too much in it. But
it don't surprise me that you'd won his head, bro, because I saw the way you man just guillotined Arsene Wenger, brother.
That guy's a joker, bro. Man was paying El Neni and kind of trying to convince me Xavi Alonso, man. Get out of here, bro. This guy's a joker.
You know what it is, yeah. Klopp obviously has to take blame. He does, bro. He definitely has
I'm
to
talking about 90% of the blame, bro.
As you know, I've been saying that Klopp has to be
accountable that big.
Yeah.
For some of the things that he's been doing. He has been moving a bit mad, but there's still extenuating circumstances where he was put in a situation where it's very difficult to blame him for some of the things that have happened. And especially like for the Thiago thing, for example, he's saying, brother, yeah, I get that we didn't need Thiago as much as we needed a couple of other positions, but certain times a man becomes available and you've just got to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like right now, if I said to you, someone's going to sell you a Porsche 911 for $3,000, that car's worth 50 grand. You don't need a Porsche 911. You already drive a BMW.
Even on that analogy, yeah,
you will buy the Porsche for this $3,000, fam.
But you know what? You know why I wouldn't? Because the insurance is going to kill me, and the petrol is going to kill me. So I would think am I gonna really do that? Am I? Because listen, I'm out here, like, and I know I'm living in Dubai and that, but man ain't made the money. That man's getting money.
No, but bro, you need. But what about them Sunday drives though, bro? Those convertible top down Porsche 911 Sunday drives, bro.
The only Sunday drives I'll be doing is going Fulton Heath to visit my nephew. So I ain't even trying to take my Porsche to I'm gonna get shot up in them sides there. You get me? You get me? I will stay right where
I
I'm
hear
at.
that, but certain times if something becomes available, you got to do it. But here's what the problem is, brother, and this is why we do blame more FSG than we blame anything else, brother, is that we're paying $5 million a season for 4 seasons for Thiago. Edwards pulled off an absolute stroke of genius business-wise to get that done. Bro, that should not have stopped us buying the players we needed. There's no way, shape, or form that should have got in the way of us buying a centre-back, buying a striker, buying the other type of positions that we needed in the team. So I get that Klopp needs to take responsibility for this last month. And as you said, I've been saying it. You can't just let the man off. But, bro, there are situations where FSG have put him in a position where there wasn't really much he could do.
Let's think about it. What's happened right now, it's been a madness. You lost your 3 centre-backs, sorry, you lost your 3 centre-backs. A lot of that's on Klopp. The Gomez thing on Klopp, in my opinion. Van Dijk.
What, the actual injury itself? No, you can't blame him for the injury. It happened on international duty, bro.
No, but remember, it's been a culmination of him playing for Liverpool the whole preseason, because I'm sure he played in the Community Shield against us when we somehow beat you.
But that was an impact injury, though, fam.
Yeah,
you
but
can't
it's
blame
been a consistent thing that he's been playing, and then obviously we only had 6 weeks between last season and this season, and that's what I'm saying. Even from last season, he should have been playing Reece Williams. He should have been playing with youngsters, Harvey Elliott. Like it's a shame that even Harvey Elliott didn't get the bloody Premier League medal because he just decided he wasn't going to play him. Like
I agree with me. Like, give a couple of players a chance when the league was wrapped up. I do agree with that.
So like even now, you don't know how good Harvey Elliott could have been for your team. You just got to play these players, throw them in from last season where it's competitive football, and other teams, maybe not so Liverpool, but other teams. Because remember, after the Watford game when you lot got panned, whatever it was, I don't even know again how that happened. Your season was done because you won the league. You weren't going to win anything else. So all you should have been concentrating on was for the next season. And I remember, especially the Brighton game when you lot played, when Keita scored and Keita played quite well. That's when you started to bring in like the youngster. I can't remember his name that you got, the 19-year-old, 20-year-old. Jones. That you started bringing him in. You started paying the other right back. So I'm saying that what Klopp should have done is from last season started to bring players in, so he's not feeling that worried and that scared to play players this season. And now what he's done is he's drained everything out of these players that he now needs to take the flack of the blame. He does, man. He has to.
Gonna leave,
90%, bro. 90%.
Bro.
All of it, man.
We're gonna have to let you go.
That Michelin game,
game,
the Jota thing. Come on, listen.
No. That 100%. That is 100%. Bro, we're gonna have to let it go. But before you go, I'll say this though, yeah. As you said, injuries have been unprecedented this season, yeah. Like no one could have predicted, as you said, yeah, that we would have had Virgil, Gomez, Matip, Thiago. At one point, Mane had COVID, Salah COVID, Shaqiri, Keita, Henderson now, Trent. Remember, Trent got injured. Bro, you can't predict any team that's going to have that amount of injuries. And let's be real, any team that has to play centre mids at centre back, there's going to be a problem, no matter what. Do you get what I'm trying to say? No matter how good the team is, how good the coaching is. And let's be real, we've had to fast track certain man like Reece Williams, people that you said that we should have got ready. Bro, he's not. He there's no way he's ready. He should have been probably there
last season. You would have known that from last season, and in this season, you may have bought Thiago because you would have said, you know what, where do my priorities lie? And you man know this because you man been saying this from time. Like you've been shouting, because you don't trust that biscuit, bloody Matip, and you don't trust all these other players because they're just injury prone. So the fact that you even got a spare left back, that proves that Klopp's made a mistake, even in that regard.
No, but here's the thing. Remember, even though Klopp knows that there's a lot of players that are injured in our squad, it's not like FSG are going, you see these players injured, yeah? I'll tell you what, we'll sell them and buy a replacement. bruv, our regime is sell to buy. You know about this already.
Yeah,
Even
of
with
course.
Arsenal, you
Yeah,
might know
yeah.
about the sell to buy thing and the payment plans and them thing. There, you might have done it with Pepe. It's a payment plan thing, innit? You know, bruv, you know this though, innit? It's a payment plan thing, innit? So it's a thing where the way how our team structured, or say how our hierarchy is very similar in terms of Arsenal and Liverpool. In terms of we normally sell players before we buy them, and we don't have Man City's resources where if there's an issue in the next transfer window, we can kind of solve it. And don't get me wrong, Klopp does try to bring youngsters through. But he brought in Trent. Remember, Trent burst through and took Klein out. Klein, we ain't seen man since. He's brought through Curtis Jones. Let's not sleep on that.
That's predictable because he was the best player in the youth.
No, that's true. But again, he's still got a burst, just like Saka. Saka had to burst somewhere. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's always a situation. So I'll just say this. For me, it's more FSG. Yes, Jurgen Klopp has made mistakes, but I still think it's more FSG. The fact of we won the Champions League, and their man said you can buy Harvey Elliott and Sepp Vandenberg. They're both kids. None of them are ready made to go into the squad. We won the Prem. A man could see we still needed a striker, and we needed arguably 2 wingers as well. They just got us Jota and said, that's it. And look, we had to sell Brewster. Like, bro, the sell to buy method is a mazza. We have to deal with it. We have to just hope that, like, it don't continue. But, you know what I mean? We move in it. Like, it's what we do. We move with a hardship, bro. We ain't, you know what I mean saying? So it is what it is, bro.
I'm going to leave you, man. But as I said, 50... no more blasphemy. Otherwise, look, you see how bloody Callum's gone. It was me, you know. The judge is strong. I'm strong. Don't ever come out on
oh my days.
I want to hear no stats with that guy. That he didn't. How can Kane even compare? The man can't even say vowel, and you talking about Kane.
You're just upset because it's a Tottenham man. And I get it, bro. I get it.
For real. For real. But now, Gunnily, appreciate it, my bro. Enough love, my bro. Enough love, my bro. Take it easy, bro.
Peace. Let's bring in actually now before we get to
frozen Drift. Drift, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Bro, my screen's frozen, you know. I'm not even joking.
No, you're still good. Just
am I still good? I can't.
Before we bring on our next caller, big up Gang Deep with another big super chat. Thank you, bro. If I see a flat 4-3-3, I don't see us winning. It's that simple. 4-2-3-1. Thiago and Gini in the 6. Salah, Firmino, Mane, and Jota up front. Or 4-4-2 diamond with Naby, Bobby in the number 10, and either Origi or Jota alongside Salah in a 2. Hey, anytime anyone says anything about Origi playing, I'm all for it. And I'm sure when I said Naby, that tickled your fancy as well there, Matt.
Navigator. Boy, all right, let's bring on the next caller. Let me bring on one of the faves of the stream. Bear with me, you know who he is.
How you doing, guys?
The legend.
What's going on? Let me bring him into the thing. Hold on 1 second.
He's all good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good,
All blessed, bro.
No worries. No, it's fine. We had a bit of an issue the other day with StreamYard as well, so we've had a few issues.
Yeah, bro, it's moving mad right now. Like when I say everything, my
apologies,
internet,
everyone. Callum
it's all going mad.
Randomly just lost complete internet access. Like it just his internet.
It's not letting me.
Madness. So,
there we go.
But yeah, big up, bro. What are you gonna say, bro? What's going? What's good?
Aye, good guys. Good to see you. I know it's a busy show, so I'll be quick. I had a few questions. The first one is I wanted to actually talk about, you were discussing earlier in the week about Harvey Elliott. A lot of people are discussing Harvey Elliott and now saying how well he's doing, and fair play to him, he is. But I wanted to say, do you think we're getting a bit exaggerated too early, considering Harry Wilson, like his season at Derby, had quite similar stats? I know Harvey Elliott's had more assists, but Wilson smashed the Championship. Actually, if you look at the stat that everyone's going around and with Harvey Elliott, the person who's under Harvey Elliott right now is Harry Wilson. So my question is, I know there's differences in age, but why is there suddenly such energy for Harvey Elliott, who's done basically the same as what Harry Wilson is, and Harry Wilson's not really been given a chance? Not saying Harry Wilson's good enough for Liverpool. I just think it's just funny how we forget that when we talk about Harvey Elliott. So just to get your thoughts on that. And the other question I was going to ask was, see, being a Liverpool fan, and like I spoke about it last week, sometimes you're the best critic as opposition fans because they watch the game like from a neutral point of view. Who has been the best team you've seen, or the best team and best player? Well, player's probably obvious, but the best team performance you've seen against Liverpool? Doesn't have to necessarily be a champion, just a one-off game that you say that's they were amazing, or they were incredible, or tactically they were unbelievable. So that was just
this season.
No, just in general against Liverpool.
Oh, just in general. Yeah, no, cool.
Yeah, so good questions, Conroy.
Good questions as always, Conroy.
Can I get one more question if that's all right? If you've got time, guys.
Yeah,
Last one. Was Haaland and Mbappe is the big thing right now. I still think it's a bit premature, to be honest, because there's no reason to say that there'll ever be two players who are like Ronaldo and Messi competing at the same time. I just think it suits the agenda. But my question was, why is it just Haaland and Mbappe right now? And if there's another player you would put into that mix for, say, the next 5 years or 10, next 5 years, who could maybe not hit Messi, Ronaldo level, but hit a high level as close as it's going to get to that, is there anyone else you would put in that conversation, and who? So that was my last one, guys.
Ooh, that's a tough one. No, big up.
No, appreciate that, bro. Right,
cheers,
we're
guys.
Gonna get through these now,
I've
bro.
got the beer here,
you,
Matt. Enjoy the drink. See you, mate.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Yes, Conrad. Take it easy, bro.
Big up, bro. Big up. All right. Who I would put in that conversation? That's a tough one. Still.
That's tough, innit?
I know you probably put Martinez in there yourself, innit, Matt? I know you highly rate Martinez.
Yeah. Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan is a serious baller. For me, he's just a striker, bro. For me, he's a pure striker. Does obviously running as well, like in terms of hard work, because him and Lukaku work well in a two. That's my only thing though about Martinez is like, how good is he leading the line by himself? Because right now Inter Milan play two up front. And I kind of feel like when you play two up front,
takes the brunt of the responsibility being the more senior striker as well. Yeah.
And the thing is, Lukaku does a lot of like running off the ball, but at the same time, as I think if I'm not mistaken, still has more goals than Lautaro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's just,
I don't think he's in the bracket of those two, but I'll say something that I feel like people might be angry at me for saying because of who it is. But if you look at the numbers, is it not disingenuous to include Rashford in the conversation? Not as big of a talent, but if you look at what he's doing for the team he plays for, is it not a bit disingenuous to not include him when he does get the numbers? I don't think he's as talented. That's a fact. But we're talking about the numbers game and the effect he has for his team. At his age, what's Rashford, 23? Similar age?
23. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 23, 24, I think.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here and just think, you know what I mean? Like, you got João Felix. I think João Felix should be involved in that conversation.
I think if you're talking about strikers, this is the thing with Rashford as well. With Rashford, I don't know whether Rashford is a winger or a striker. Do you know that? I still can't make up.
He's probably a winger.
Yeah, and that's the thing. For me, he's very similar to Martial. I still don't know if Martial is a better winger or a striker, you know? Do you know that? They come under the same category for me. It's like they don't really have that one to fit that one bill. They're like a bit of both.
Rashford's a better footballer. Martial's a better footballer than Rashford.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like Rashford can be more effective though, even though Martial's the better talent. Like it's a bit mad.
On to Conroy's other 2 points. The Harry Wilson one, I think for me personally, no disrespect to Harry Wilson, but I just feel like the only difference for me, even though Conroy makes a very valid point, is that when you actually look at Harvey, I just feel like there's something more saucier about him. Like, you know, sometimes when it's the eye test, you kind of just see somebody, you think, yeah, there's something about this shoot. Like, there's definitely something. And I think Harvey looks like he's got it. You know when you say, like, a player's got it? I think...
Yeah, definitely. And Harvey Elliott is 17. Yeah?
Yeah, it's mad.
When Harry Wilson was doing it, I don't think he was that age. if I'm not mistaken.
Nah,
Like,
Wilson was probably a more 19 when he was on loan at Derby. I think he was.
Yeah, so I get what Conray's saying. I do, but I just think, as you said, there's something about Elliot, bro. He's just got this natural baller swag that not many people have. You're just born with it. Like, for example, Grealish has it. Like, there's a certain man, well, you look at them straight away, can just identify and go, he's just got it. I'm not saying Harry Wilson didn't have it, but I feel like Harry Wilson, when you look at some of his best moments, a lot of them were set pieces or like shots from outside the box. Whereas Harvey Elliott is just, I don't know, like, it's the variety. And yes, I don't think he can shoot as well as Harry Wilson. I don't think he's good at set pieces either. But I just feel like what he has to his game, I think he has more than Harry Wilson. I think for me, Harry Wilson was a star of great moments, whereas for me, it looks like Elliot is involved in the game all the time, and I think that's the difference.
Yeah. And just quickly before we move on, because I think we should switch up a little bit, guys. I'm going to start bringing in two at a time to just stop, because we've got a lot of people waiting backstage.
For real.
Moments against us, just one off the cuff that I'm just trying to think so we don't spend too much time on it. Rafa Benitez, Valencia, moved to us in the Champions League that season with Pablo Aimar and them, man.
Yeah,
we got moved to, bro, and it's just a random one-off game of trying to remember a time when I was really impressed with how the opposition played against us. But I remember Valencia made us look dumb in that game.
They did. I can't even front. They did. They actually
made us look dumb in that game, bro.
They bodied us. That's a good shot, you know. I
think that was the season when Valencia went to the final, right?
Yeah, I think so. When I say Aimar was the brain of that team, remember they had Aimar, Vicente. I think John Carew was there. Was Carew there?
Pablo was moving mad, bro.
Was it Mendy? Was Mendy there?
Mendieta. I think so. I remember that team. That team was moving mad.
I know Vicente was there. That they were balling out, and I remember thinking like, yeah, like this is long. This is what happens when you come to the big boys. Like, I was thinking this is long. It is long. So yeah, that's a good shot still.
But yeah, all right, we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna bring in two at a time just to keep things pushing.
My internet is moving mad, you know. I'm all frozen on my screen on them teams.
Okay, gonna bring in man like Yusuf, big up, bruv.
Let me change up the layout. Let me change up the layout still.
Man like Big Bucks as well. What's going on, boys? What's going on? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
What's going on?
So Yusuf, I'll come to you first, bro. What do you want to ask or what do you want to say, bro?
Cool. Firstly, I just want to say, on the Varane thing, man, like, I think he's good. Yeah, he's good. Don't get it twisted. But I think Drifty's got a point. Like,
there you go.
I've seen a few games where he's a bit suspect. He's a bit suspect. Don't get it twisted though. I'll take him. I would take him all day long.
That's what I'm saying.
But you got a point. There are some better options out there. Alaba definitely. Koulibaly, I think so. But
no, you're right, bro. You're right. But yeah, we'll
leave that one there, innit? We'll leave that.
We'll leave it there. We'll be here all night, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man's got a rebuttal to that, but I let it slide.
I'm just happy that you, man, can't keep smoking me because the people are starting to see the logic in what I'm saying. But anyway,
of course. And listen, it's about opinions at the end of the day. And listen, it's not like what you man are saying is wrong. I just think me and Carl rate Varane a lot higher than you guys. That's all it is, It's not like you man have not. It's different, and I think it's different if you lot both said, "I just don't want him at the club. He ain't good enough." That's a different conversation. Isn't it?
Exactly,
that is, isn't it? That's completely different. So,
yeah. Anyways, I was gonna come up with a start sub sell because I've been seeing these and I've been seeing a few good ones. And I'll say I'll do one striker one and one midfield one.
Yeah.
And so this is everyone in their prime, yeah? Everyone in their prime. The first one, start sub sell, Suarez, Henry, or Lewandowski.
Oh my days!
That's hard, I know.
Oh my life. Start sub and sell for Henry, Suarez, and Lewandowski.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest with you, Yusuf. I wouldn't be able to sell any of them. I don't know if I can play this game, bro.
Saying sell next to any one of their names is savage, isn't it?
It's a madness. It's an absolute. And you said peak. So peak Suarez, which was 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16 Suarez. Peak Lewandowski, which is pretty much just the entirety of his career. And peak Henry, which was what invincible Arsenal.
Yeah, like 0-2 to 0-4 pretty much. Yeah.
Jesus.
And then the other one, because I've always been interested by this, probably Man City's 3 greatest midfielders, all in their prime: KDB, David Silva, and Yaya Toure.
Oh, I knew you was. You know what?
Because I've never. Who is the best out of them? Right? It's hard to tell, but it's a tough one.
For me, it's David Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I couldn't sell any of them though. That's madness.
It probably is done by like legacy, but if we're talking like who's had the best individual season, it's a tough one between Yaya Toure
would be Yaya Toure.
I think Yaya Toure and KDB.
13, 14, Yaya Toure won them the league.
I'm leaning towards Yaya for the single season though. Yaya
that Toure 13-14 season joke.
That was ridiculous. That was
Yaya could do everything.
As a midfielder, it's possibly unrivaled. Like I'm trying to think of like a midfielder performance, not a striker performance that has led a team to a title. And I think that Yaya's season might be unrivaled. It was ridiculous that how we won.
Yaya was
for sure.
fake. Yaya was fake. Yaya was fake, bro.
It was. For the first one though, bro, I'll probably, if you forced me to sell one of those players, it's gonna sound like the craziest thing to say in the world. It might be play Suarez, sub Lewandowski, sell Henry.
What? No! No! All right, let me go next. That's mad. All right. I'm going to start off with the sell.
All right.
I hate to say it, but I'm selling Lewandowski. I love Lewandowski, but in my opinion, Suarez and Henry, for me, are just like, they're different. Like, they at their peak, Suarez and Henry are different to Lewandowski, in my opinion, anyway. So I'm selling Lewandowski. But the starting thing is where it's mad. Henry or Suarez,
I'm with you.
So you realise that you just said you will sell the best striker of the decade?
Bruv, in their peak, Lewandowski could not do what Henry did. Here's the thing, Drift.
Yes, he can, bro. Maybe not pace-wise to take a player on, but overall ability, bro, please don't sleep on Lewandowski, bro.
Suarez, no, bro. You see Suarez, yeah? You see 15, 16 Suarez. Nobody can tell him to come outside. Messi couldn't. Ronaldo couldn't. They couldn't tell man to come outside, bro.
Big Boss, get involved in this, bro. What are you saying, bro?
Bro, Suarez in 15-16, that guy was a demon.
Trust me.
Thank you. I see Big Box knows.
I know, Matt, don't do that, bruv.
No, you know. You don't want to fight with me, but you know, innit? Am I lying?
Yeah, you're right, still.
Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
You know what? I would probably edge the start for Suarez, sub Henry, and sell Lewandowski. Just because Suarez, that 13, 14, 14, whatever, that part there, he was doing stuff that like it shouldn't be allowed on a football pitch. It just shouldn't.
Bob, you have to sell Lewandowski. You can't talk to them, man.
I can't live in a world where I'm selling Lewandowski. I can't lie. But you know, Bob, all three of those players are so good. That was a ridiculously difficult decision.
Yeah, I tried to keep the questions off Liverpool for now because we're not doing.
Yeah.
No. Big up, bro. Big up. Big Bucks. Quickly, what do you want to say, bro?
Yeah, man. So last week I came on here, yeah, and I came here on the front foot. But I got put in a spliff, man. Nah, Matt, don't laugh. It's your fault, bro. You were grilling, man.
It's all love, bro. It's all love.
Bro, it's all laughs and jokes, bro. But go on, say what you got to say, bro. Go on.
Nah, but it's just like, basically, we face you guys next week, right? So, I'm not gonna lie to you, I can see you guys beating us and just like going on some mad run. Like how Arsenal done it. Remember when we played Arsenal? They started season, they were playing bad, yeah? Then they faced us, they slapped us, they went on a mad run. That's what I see, bro. Like, if that happens, yeah, I'm not come back here for the rest of the season. I'm not come back. I ain't coming back. Now,
No,
respect
let
for
me
that,
ask you,
respect
Big
for
Boss,
that,
just
respect for
quickly
that.
though, because obviously you got prior engagements before that. You got United this weekend. How are you feeling about that one?
I hate them. You know, they always turn up against us. They're so jarring. Like, Man United, watch them beat us. Watch. I'm gonna go for a 0-0. It's gonna be dry. I can tell it's gonna be dry, man. Both teams are defensive. Like it's gonna be a dry game, man. I can't see nothing special on that. But like, I'm being real, man.
No, fair dues. But no, you know,
Fair
bro,
play.
keep your head up, and it's all love, man. It's all love.
Mm.
But no, both of you, big up. We're gonna
Yeah.
bring up the new ones, but especially Yusuf, you put man in the corner there, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But no, big up
Safe,
you,
safe.
man. Big up.
Trust. Safe, you guys. Appreciate it,
Take
man.
care.
All right, let me go on. Hold on.
all
My
right.
battery's about to die, you know. Shoot. Hold on.
Yeah. All right, the man, the myth, Mr. Neuro. What is going on, big man? And I'm gonna bring in Jamal as well. What's going on, peeps? What's going on? Nero, I'll come to you first. What you want to say, bro?
What do you say, man? First,
What's
guys.
good? What's good?
Let's talk about.
What's going on, bro?
Let's talk about Minamino, guys. What's happening with
Boy,
your boy?
boy. He's a different guy. He's a different guy, bro. He's a different guy. Can't even front.
Didn't I tell you, look, this bro was making them runs, pointing where he wanted the ball for us, but no one was giving it to him. And now Southampton, they're giving it to him, and he's showing it, bro.
It's true, you know.
Apparently he's injured now, though, bro.
Slow down.
Yeah, apparently he's injured.
That's
He's been
bad.
making too many runs, bro.
But what I wanted to ask you guys, is if we don't make top 4, what is the likely conclusion for next season? What's your outlook for it?
It's bad. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be bad.
If we don't make top 4 in a row, I've got to be honest with you, the domino effect could be ridiculously bad. It honestly it could be. Because let me put you like this, yeah. We was making jokes, me, Matt, and Cal, behind the scenes, yeah. We don't even know whether this UEFA conference thing we played on a Thursday. They might play it on a Friday and try and make more money out of it, yeah. So deep this, whoever goes in that competition might have to play Monday every time there's a European game, because you've just got to get that break that you need between games. Can you imagine how our season will be impacted with no money, off of a pandemic, no transfers because we ain't got no Champions League? Then we got to play Fridays and Mondays. Like, really deep how that would affect our season. No, really deep that for a second. Like, you can't ask Salah and Mane and Virgil and Hendo and them man there to play Friday, Monday. It's bad enough asking them to play Thursday, Sunday. You want to ask them to play Friday, Monday?
Them Power League times, yeah.
Nah, that's a madness.
If they got to play on a Friday, listen, I'ma say this: if we do not get top 4, bro, it's over. I mean, it's over. Like, we done. Like, we done. Like, pack your bags, go take a vacation, yeah. Smoke whatever you want to smoke. Take a drink. It's over. Because I'll tell you something right now, bro. If we don't get top 4, we can forget about all our top targets. We can forget about players signing on their contract extensions. We might even have trouble signing Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho back up to new deals. Other people as well. Sponsorship deals. The Nike thing will kind of be like null and void, but it's just not going to be that great, knowing that we're not in the Champions League anymore.
I don't think the 20% counts if you're not in the Champions League, you know?
Well, there you go, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. Listen, we love Liverpool, yeah? It's our club, right? But we have to keep it real. If we don't get top 4, bro, I'm going to be real. I'm going to shout you, and I'm going to say we might have to sell our PS5s to go fund that transfer kitty. Like, real talk. You think it's joke? Them man ain't got... Listen.
Them man, I heard they got some extra P's recently, bro. I ain't giving up my PS5.
Well, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see, because about this whole 10% for FSG, this is the thing we were talking about earlier on. It might be just more so for FSG rather than it actually affecting Liverpool, so to speak. So I think it's more, we have to wait and see how that pans out. But all jokes aside, bro, I'm going to be real. It's a big issue for Liverpool. If we do not get top four, the whole landscape of the club changes. And I hate to say it, and I don't want to be like Debbie Downer, bro, but it's just facts. It is facts. Like, I'm actually really worried, bro. If we don't get that top four, you're gonna have to press the reset button because certain players are gonna want to leave. They're not gonna want to be at Liverpool. You have to just say how it is. Certain players rely on playing in the Champions League, and they're human beings. They get bonuses as well. Everything comes along with that. So yeah, man. Let's just hope we don't have to have this conversation. But if we do, bro, remember I said it, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one.
By the way, I just realized that when Yusuf asked that question, I said sell Henri. I'm gonna slap myself and take that back. But anyway, we move. Jamal, what's going on, bro?
You can never say
I'm good. I'm good, guys. I just want to say it's 3-0 Drifty because I'm with Drifty and all. Guys, Varane. I don't know. I've been watching plenty of Real Madrid this year, and because it's COVID, actually, you ain't have nothing else to do. And guys, after 2018, the World Cup, I think that was his peak. Since that, the guy has just looked suspect. I'm sorry, I'll still take him because he's better than Kabak and Phillips, but he's not the same player he was, man. I don't know, something is wrong with him. I think it's just like Koulibaly, but I just think Koulibaly fall off to a lower place. I think Varane is still elite. I think Koulibaly has gone a little below elite, so he's still a good centre half, but I'm with Drifty, man. I'll take better defenders out there than Varane. But my question is, guys, who is more talented, Curtis Jones or Harvey Elliott? That's what I want to know. Who has a better pass, shot, or everything? Who's the more complete player, and who you feel will have the better career? That's what I want to find out.
You know it, yeah. I think Harvey Elliott is saucy. Harvey Elliott is saucy, but I gotta go with my boy Jones. I believe in that kid. I truly believe in that kid. There's something about him. There really is something about Jones. I'll go with Jones.
For me, I think right now, obviously, Curtis Jones is ahead of his development than Harvey. But there's something about Harvey that you don't see every day, you know. He's got that baller swag that I don't see all the time. He's just got it. Like, you know, when you can look at the way he
as well, though.
No, he does, bro. But do you know what it is, bro? When like little things like when Harvey Elliott traps the ball, like the running style, like the close control, the ball retention. There's something about Harvey Elliott, and again, Div, I think he's the more talented, but I'm not too sure whether he will have the better career than Jones. That's one thing I will say, because I think it's about mentality. And for me, Jones has the mentality that I look at and think he's playing way beyond his years. Just how Harvey is, but I just think Jones has got a little bit more authoritativeness about him. And maybe because it's the age. So I think right now, the way how things are in this landscape, Jones has the better career. Harvey's more talented, but that could potentially change depending on what Harvey does after this season, whether he comes back to Liverpool, whether he goes like to another club and he bads it up or whatever. But that's how I see it anyway.
And then one more question. One more question. I just want for you guys. You guys talk about Sunday lead a lot, so I just want to know, and all the players who played football, which one you feel plays like you guys? Well, who you will say will be a player like you? That's what I want to know.
All right, you see this. This is the part where you're gonna find out where
Matt is like
certain man are humble and certain man ain't humble, innit? This is where you're gonna find out. So
certain man know your ability, innit? That's what I'm gonna say, innit? Like.
in all honesty, when I was a youth man and I used to kick ball, man always thought the ceiling was as high as it could possibly be, innit? As man gets older, you start realizing that you just gotta be honest with yourself and others. It can't be an X Factor thing where you're embarrassing yourself, right? For me personally, I would say that my level of striker was somebody like maybe like what was my man? He used to play for Aston Villa. He was with Young and Downing and them, man.
A bungalow.
A bungalow. That's probably about the type of player that I was. I did have a little bit of skill, but I was mainly just pace finishing. That was my thing. Pace finishing. If you get me in on goal, I'm scoring a goal. I'm not really getting involved too much in the build-up play. So I was like an Obonlahor. Good player. I'm not going to sit here and act like man was a Lionel Messi out here. Man was doing all this and all that. You get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't me. I'm just going to keep it real. But yeah, man like Obonlahor, that was me still.
If I'm being real in it, like man, I'm just keeping it 100. Drift seen me when I've been at my worst, and the first thing Drift said to me is, "I know you used to play in it." And Drift, am I lying? You was like, "No, your left foot is serious." Am I lying, Drift?
No. You could ball. I know you could.
So,
but I'm waiting to see who you like.
The way I would describe myself in terms of playing style, people are gonna say I'm moving mad. I'm just gonna be like, "What?" Because it's one of his favorite players.
Here we go.
But call me the Black Iron Robin. I'm not even joking. No. Hear me out. I swear to you. Listen to what man said. Man had the play.
How tall are you, man?
Yeah,
6 foot. About 6'1". About 6'6". Hear this now, yeah. When I got the ball, them man know. They're like, "Oh, don't let him cut inside. Don't let him cut inside, bro. I will cut inside when I want in it." It's one of them ones where you can't stop me from cutting inside. And because I was 6 foot and because I got agility, that man could not stop me, bro. I'm just keeping it real, innit? And when I say the finesse, bro, the finesse, bro.
Listen, I told you you're gonna find out the man who are humble, and you're gonna find out the man who ain't humble.
Bro,
you know what
I'm gonna be real. I'm keeping it 100.
Just use the best winger in world football, arguably. You know.
Bro, I said playing style. I didn't say, "Oh, so I'm not as good as Robin," but that's how I played, though, innit? Like literally, bro. Every man know that Matt is a techie guy and he's fast as well. He's techie with it. Man, no, if I'm on my left foot, you want to take me off my left foot. Show me to my right. And bruv, I'll probably fall over, innit? Like real talk, I will probably fall over. So just bruv, I stay on my left all the time. Man, just know if I cut inside, it's a problem. It's a problem, bro.
Big up, bro. Big up.
Fair dude. But no, big up though, you man. Now just quickly, who you taking? Jones or Elliot in terms of who you think's the more talented?
I think I'm gonna go with Matt. I think Elliot is more talented, but Jones, as you said, he's got the mentality that, like, you know, like that swagger, like I'm the boss, like I don't give a shit who's playing, Thiago, whoever's playing. He demands the ball. He still does some stuff like, what is it? It's like that needs to be taken out of his game a little bit, but still, like that kind of confidence you can't buy, you can't teach. It's something that you're born with. So I think I'll take mentality. It's that kind of thing. Would you take Cristiano Ronaldo's mentality over Messi's talent? Which one would you go for?
It's true, you know. It's so true. That is the
I'd go with Messi's talent probably, but I do get where you're coming from. Still,
yeah, because it's hard. Yeah, it's a hard one, bro. It's hard.
But no, big up you, man. Big up every time, as always, man.
Salute you, man. Appreciate that, bro. Bro, Jamal, I'm being real, bro. I'm just being accordingly how it is. Man can't lie to the public, innit? Man ain't gonna sit here and say I'm Nicolas Pepe. I'm not that guy, bro. Well, man just busting step overs for no reason. I'm not that brother, innit? Like, I'm just not.
We're gonna add Dean and we're gonna add Manny to the stream. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, guys?
Hey guys, how you doing, guys? You good?
How you doing?
Blessed, bro.
Before we get into it, we got a super chat from Lloyd. Big up, Lloyd. Yo, Matt. Man says the Black Iron Robin, you know. Hey, you're moving mad at you, know,
I'm
Matt.
telling you, bro. Listen.
And the speaker, Harvey is more raw. Jones is more tidy. Yeah, I kind of agree with that a bit. Still, I do like I think that's what people are saying. Where you look at Harvey and Harvey's probably got more of that unpredictable swag about him, whereas Jones is more like professional, innit? If you get what I'm saying.
Jones won't lose the ball, where Harvey will take more risks.
Yeah.
But again, it's age as well. It's the age thing, I think, as well, Jeff. It's the experience. Like Jones knows in the Liverpool midfield, I can't afford to lose the ball. Whereas Harvey's playing for Blackburn on the wing, and even though he's not an out-and-out winger, he kind of knows that, I will try and beat a man. If it don't work, then it's kind of what they expect of me. Whereas Curtis Jones, the maturity kicks in. I feel like it's kicked in now. Bruv, he's mature, bruv. Curtis Jones, mad mature, bro.
100%, bro. But yeah, big up, bro. Dean, we'll come to you first. What you want to say, bro? Big up, man. First time on the channel. What's good, bro?
Yeah, man, I've been watching the channel like backstage. It's really amazing what you guys are doing, man. I respect what you guys are doing.
Appreciate it,
But
man.
thank you
No,
for
I
having me
appreciate
here.
it, man. Love, man.
Yeah.
Nah, oh, bro, bless, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to challenge you guys because I play I watch soccer a lot, and I think maybe sometimes the way I see football it's a bit tricky. I want to challenge you guys. Would you take Ricky Push for Curtis Jones?
Who, sorry?
Ricky Push for Curtis Jones.
I don't.
Me personally,
Yeah.
Jones.
Why would you pick Jones besides Ricky? Matt, you know
You
what
know
I'm
what it is,
talking about.
yeah?
Ricky Push is he's a phenomenon, trust me. He's
You know what
he's
it
one
is?
of the most underrated players out there.
No, I hear that. I do hear that. But for me, I
It
think
is.
I've just got to continue to believe in Jones because I believe he's a future Liverpool captain. And I weren't just saying that for the sake of it. Like I genuinely believe if you look at the way he's come into the team, I know I'm being a bit biased here because he's one of ours, but if you look at the way he's come into the team at 19 years old and the pressure
Yeah.
he's had to deal with this season, he's dealt with it unbelievably well. Unbelievably well. Like, I think a lot of people are underestimating how young he is and how he's actually just a part of the team now. We don't even really look at him as a youngster anymore. We're just like, Jones, and we just talk about him. He only turned 20 about a month ago. Like he's a kid, and look what he's integrated himself into the best team in England. I just have to go with Jones. I do. I can't lie. I have to go with Jones.
Yeah, just to make something, just to make something. So I got is correct. You're talking about the Barcelona man, innit?
Yeah, Ricky Push.
Yeah.
That small
Bruv,
boy, the short boy.
When I say he is sick, like
yeah, exactly.
Bro, do you know what? Do you know what?
I've been watching that. I've been watching him for a very long time. He needs a good team. I'm telling you, he needs a good team. I think he'll be
for real.
perfect for us.
100%. Do you know what it is? I think because he's playing for a Barcelona team that needs a lot of work because he's like a shining light, but they're going through a bad time, so to speak. Yeah. It's like unless you're watching him solely, you might not see what he does, bro. This guy's a talent. But I will say this. I will say this. I'm gonna say Curtis Jones only because I probably watched more of him. Even though I've seen what my man can do at Barca, and he's a talent, and I think, dare I say it, we could be looking at one of the best talents that we haven't seen for years. Like he could be generational, in my opinion. That's how good he is. But I want to see more, and I want to see him be more influential. Because in my opinion, Curtis Jones has had moments where he's been influential. Remember the goal against Everton where he scored that goal where he bent it in the corner. It's like that. It's like standout moments where I think, right, at a young age, you're doing that. So they're both talented. I don't know. I don't even know, actually. I don't even, you know what? Because my man's a bad man. You know what? I'm just gonna.
Would you say there's more chance of him going on to be a Barcelona bad boy than Fatty? Like, which one of those?
Because Fatty can be the Eto'o of Barcelona. He's gonna score a lot of goals, like Eto'o, like what Eto'o did. And Ricky Puig is gonna be like the Ronaldinho, the Iniesta, the Xavi, like the engine. You see the hearts of the. Because he makes a lot of progressive passes, like good, like the Thiago type, the Messi type. Is very talented. I'm telling you, and he also shoots from outside the box. That's one thing that you need to consider. So I would pick him than Jones because of that. Because Jones, I'm still trying to figure out what position can he. Is he a central midfield? Is he a defensive midfield? Is he an attacking midfield? I'm still trying to understand what his position is really. That's why you see, because I feel like if Jones plays him, Wijnaldum and Thiago, they're kind of playing the same position. Everybody wants to be forward. if Henderson is not playing like in the midfield.
I get what you
That's
mean.
why we
Yeah.
see. And he's still trying to find his position. He's not really sure whether he's an attacking midfield, is a defensive, or is a central midfield. You see, and he doesn't also make progressive passes. He is always trying to move forward, and then he looks back, and then he pass backwards. He's not really trying to open up defense or his work rate, though. I respect his work rate, but in terms of progression, I would pick Push. I'm telling you, that guy can slot up amazing passes. I'm telling you,
he can. I just think, I don't know. I think for me, in my opinion, I think, but then again, they both come in at young ages and trying to, like, so to speak, be the savior. Be a shining light in the team that they're playing in. But I can't go against my Liverpool guys.
I'm siding with Jones because I've seen more of him, so I have to just go with what I've seen more of. It's biased, I know, but
Kopish is different, though. I will say that he's different. Yeah. He's one of them ones where we might look back at this conversation and go, "Do you remember when Dean was talking about he was right? Listen, he had a point." Put it like this: I'm gonna give it slightly to Jones, and maybe it's because I'm just a Liverpool man, but my guy. Kopish is still sick though. He's sick, and I think he's gonna have a great career. And I think if Koeman trusts him as well, because remember if I'm not mistaken, Koeman dropped him, and I can't remember if it was something to do with his contract or something. He dropped him, and he kind of played his way back into the team. And it just goes to show you at a young age how the mentality that he has.
Koeman's been moving mad at Barcelona. We gotta keep it real. He's been moving.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. And one more thing I just want to say, guys. Because the other gentleman said something about Klopp and FSG and whatever. Because I feel like when I was watching the Klopp documentary, how he got to Liverpool and all that, the reason why FSG picked Klopp of all the coaches is because of his history. Klopp is not that one manager who buys players. He works with what he's got. You see. So if you look at what he did with Mainz, if you look at what he did with Dortmund, what he achieved with that team, he never bought any world-class players. He just makes, and he's very good at picking up specific players for specific reason, and that fits his philosophy and his tactics. You see, so now that football is evolving, teams are changing tactics, and because these tactics have been working for a very long time, and now people are like most managers are finding ways to kind of challenge and beat his tactics. Now he's kind of stuck a little bit now. He doesn't know what to do, because if you look at it now, he doesn't even have the resources now, the players that can actually work as hard as he wants, because he's been rotating players a lot, and he's still trying to figure out who can really actually play the way I really want them to, because of his tactics and his philosophy. So if like, for instance, if you have like players like, for instance, our 18, 19, 19, 20 first 11, it's been spot on. Why? Because we didn't have any like major injuries like this season. So now if we take off Van Dijk out of the equation, it's tricky for us now, because he was even when Trent goes forward, he knows Gomez and Van Dijk are there. Even and Anderson didn't have, and he wasn't actually going forward much. He was covering for Trent, and now there is no one covering for Trent. So there's no. That's why Trent has been kicking the ball forward from like the back. He's not actually going forward as he was supposed to. You see, so I blame Klopp more, because he made FSG believe that he can work with what he's got. You see, that's why
I wouldn't say he made them, bro. I think he had no choice, bro. So he just had to run with it. And like genuinely, and you're right. Like remember, we went for Klopp and we went for Ancelotti for the interviews, and Ancelotti apparently just made it abundantly clear, I need a lot of funds if you want me to. Everybody knows Klopp's the manager who works with what he's got because he's a better coach. That's a fact.
Do you know who else we went for? And I don't even like bringing up his name. People forget this. Remember, before... Actually, no. This is the Brendan Rodgers thing, isn't it? The Martin. I just thought about Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, no,
Was
that
that
was
Liv-
when we got Brendan.
That was Brendan. Sorry, yeah, I got that completely wrong. But I
Oh,
just
it's
thought about
Brendan.
that now, and I thought, my word, I can't believe we interviewed this guy, you know. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
move. But thank you,
Yeah.
Dean. Appreciate it, my
Yeah,
bro.
big
Thank you.
Manny, are you there, bro?
Yeah.
What's good, bro?
What's good, people? You good?
Yeah, man. What's good, bro? What's good? Patiently waiting. Appreciate that, man. What do you want to say, bro?
Cool. Big up. Yeah, just need to clear up a few things in it. So first of all, I can't believe we're having this discussion, Varane and Soyuncu. This is just, it's a non.
Oh, you say you're on the Matt and Cow train, yeah?
Drifty, man, I'm with you a lot of the time, innit? But come on, man. Varane's been doing this for almost a decade now, innit? Like high level stuff. Soyuncu
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And then the second thing was the three strikers, the Henry, Suarez, and Lewandowski. It's a sticky one, yeah, but Henry and Suarez have got more to their game at their peak than Lewandowski. And if we're going off, and I would be starting Henry. I'll be subbing Suarez and selling Lewandowski. Don't get me wrong. Lewandowski is a top striker in it, but I think the other two had more. They just had more of a technical ability, and just it's a difficult one, isn't it?
No, do you know what it is, Drift? All he's saying is they have more strings to their bow, fam.
I appreciate, every time you say it.
And also, if you look at, and you've also got to look at what, and I think Premier League is the hardest league in the world for a striker. It's just, there's no two ways about it. And we look at Henry's impact, we're talking about the greatest Premier League player. Like this is the levels we're talking about with Henry. And then obviously you don't need me to mention Suarez as a Liverpool fan. We saw his impact there, innit? But it's a tricky one, innit? But that's what I would go with, innit? So I'm giving you guys a call, innit? Because obviously we cracked some joke last week, innit? About, the whole FSG selling to buy, and then I told you, man, they're selling us streams like recruiters and all of that, yeah?
Yeah.
I think the rebuttal, my thing is more of a rebuttal to what's his name, Lee Gunner was saying, innit? Because he basically said that he would be calling for Klopp's head. I'm not being funny, yeah? How many men have tried to land us this holy grail in Premier League era? Soonest.
Enough, man.
Roy Evans.
Bagger man.
Julian.
All failed.
Rafa Benitez. Who came after Rafa Benitez?
Let's not talk about my man. He was there for a little bit.
I think he's at Crystal Palace. I forget his name.
Yeah.
Still.
Brendan Rodgers. So don't come and tell me, yeah, after one season where it's been the worst season for so many different reasons, that we should be calling for Klopp's head. Like, I'm not being funny here. This man, he will never have to buy another drink again anywhere he goes around the world. That's a fact.
Facts.
That shows you the levels of the way we think and the way they think as fans, innit? I'm not being funny, but we shouldn't be calling for anyone that's saying Klopp out should get decked. Simple as, because because we waited for so long, and the man. Let's rewind back to his press conference, innit? The man, that was a prophetic moment, innit? The man said, in 4 years' time, if we don't have a title, then I'll go fuck off back to Switzerland or something. I'll go to Switzerland or something like that, yeah?
Yeah.
2019, we get the Champions League. Then within 5 years, we get the league. So for me to sit here and say, oh, it's 90% of Klopp's fault, no, it's not. You got to look at it different ways. Don't get me wrong, Klopp's had some mares in it in terms of
of course,
the selection in it. Even with when he played Jota in that dead rubber that we didn't need to play him at.
That was the one. That was the one.
You also need to look at it from a financial perspective. We don't know what kind of pressures that are coming from above. And they may be saying to him, look, we need to win as many Champions League. Bro, you get 2.5 million for winning the Champions League game, something in around them realms. And with our owners, these men are penny pinchers, isn't it? So it's almost about getting the funds. You get what I mean, innit? Pressure.
No, but here's the problem, Manny, and this is why I was saying that the blame does come back to FSG at the end of it.
Bro, I'm with you on this. For me, my thing is Drift. My thing is that you got to look at it this way. You can't say 90% of it is Klopp's fault.
No. I know Lee's trolling a bit. I know.
No, he definitely is trolling because I'm not being funny here. Klopp's the man. Okay, so 2018 we lose in the final because of a freak goalkeeping, whatever in it, Karius. My man motivated. He turned a negative into a positive and motivated that squad to come back in the final to win that trophy. We brought that home in it, 6 times. Then, like Matt said earlier on, that summer we signed what's his name? Van der Berg
and Harvey Elliott, two of them, man.
For combined, like it was like with Harvey Elliott's fee come through the other day. That was like 4 mil tribunal.
Yeah, we got it for free at the time, so it wasn't really paid for Sepp.
Yeah, so we didn't really pay for Sepp, innit? Yeah. So he has now motivated that squad again to go out for the Premier League, which they missed out on by 1 point. You get what I mean?
No,
that in itself that's literally turning water into wine. No one can tell me nothing like with this guy in it. So when you look at saying Klopp is 90% to blame and we should be calling for his head, I'm not being funny. That's dead talk, innit? And you man did that when you called out Wenger, and you're seeing what happened when Wenger left, innit? You know what I mean, innit?
That's what I said, bruv. They guillotined their best ever manager.
For me, I think the only thing, I'm going off topic here. I think the only thing Wenger did wrong was I think he protected the board a little too much.
Agreed.
Rather than actually just calling it out and revealing it for what it was, innit? Do you know what I mean?
But Manny, ain't the scary thing is that FSG might be getting protected by Klopp the same way.
100%. I was going back and forth with one guy on Twitter the other day. He was like, but Arsenal's situation was in the early 2000s wasn't as similar as Liverpool's. And I was like, I stopped him and said, hold up a minute. Are you telling me that buying Anelka for 500k and selling him on for 22 million and buying Kolo Touré for 75k and selling him on for 25 million ain't a Moneyball policy? Arsenal were doing this way before anyone was under Wenger was doing this, innit? So their situation is very similar to ours in terms of that sell to buy. And I told you, man, last week, this whole sell to buy policy won't keep you at the top of the hill. It won't.
100%. You can't sustain it.
You can't. We got to look at it. Obviously, Klopp has to take some of the brunt on this, innit? Because he some of his selections, it's just like even the 4-3-3 formations doing my head in now, man. It's like doing the same things over and over and over again and expecting different results. What is that? That's insanity, bro. Like we keep doing the same. I don't want to see Firmino in the number 9, false number 9. It's not working at the moment, innit? He's got to change it. You know what I mean? So, but then again, I said to you, this is a freak season. We're getting injuries left, right, and centre. So for a man to say we should be calling for Klopp's head, I'm not buying that. And he's in this situation, Drift, because you mentioned it before. Man's in this situation because he's having to play the same players over and over and over. It's like a broken toy, bro. Like it's just we've rinsed it so much here. Like it's almost like the man doesn't have the other resources that he's been given. He doesn't actually trust in it, and then it just caps off by what we did in January, innit? Like man was. For me, when Gomez went down, that's the point we should have been really on looking for a new centre back in it, and then January the 1st we should have just been on it, like because if you look at it, you said it all week, Drift. You strengthened from a position of power in it.
Yeah, man.
We were in a position of power January the 1st. We were first in the table, in it.
Exactly.
That's the point where we say to my man, look, let's make exceptions here. We'll go out and get you. We'll get you something to give you that foundation and you can continue. But these guys actually really, really thought that we would remain in that position with Matip, who is injury prone. I love the guy, but he's injury prone. And Fabinho in that position. And then you wait all the way till January, to the end of January, to buy in these 2 centre-backs in it. Obviously, Kabak. You know that saying, innit? You buy cheap, you buy twice. Like, this is what's going to be.
That's real, bro.
You know the ones where I'll give you a classic as an analogy, innit? Like, when I was traveling, when I travel all the time, innit? There will be a point where I used to go to a market and buy, you know, the suitcases, innit? Not the hard.
Big up to it, market.
You know them fabric suitcases. But it comes to like Man's paying £25 for a suitcase, and every time I travel, it just breaks in it. Like, it's just pointless. You're better off investing in a £70 hard case trip luggage suitcase, and you can use that for a period of time. We're buying cheap, yeah. We don't even know what this Davis guy is saying, innit? It's clear to me that Klopp's scared to throw him in, and he's scared to, you know what I mean? And then we've got
he could have seen him in training and he's already a bit skeptical. We don't know.
Manny. So let's cut you just quickly. From what you've seen, and again, this isn't about me because I know people are gonna say, "No, mate, you're trying to get man a ball." What do you think of Kabak so far?
I've seen the bits of him in it before he came to Liverpool in it, and I was with you.
Yeah.
He's very rash in it, but people need to realise that he's a 20-year-old, it's not his fault. He's been bought by FSG, Edwards, Klopp. They've brought him into this situation, and I didn't watch the game against Everton in it because I was on a flight, so I knew that the moment that I land, if my phone is pinging off, that means we lost in it. And if my phone is, I couldn't take that in it. So I was on my BA flight buying the Wi-Fi packages in it. I spent I bought like 3 of those in it. So I spent £15. And then as soon as I must have switched on my Wi-Fi like an hour into the game in it, and I see Liverpool down after 2 minutes. Yeah. And then I saw there was a Kabak error in the goal in that year. But my thing, going to Kabak in it, I think he's a young player who he's not really to blame in it. We've bought who we've bought. Like I said, you buy cheap, you buy twice in it. And I was also hearing, I didn't watch the game, I was also hearing that Carragher was going in on Kabak in it all throughout the game in it. Like he never made mistakes when he played for us in it. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. One of those ones, it is what it is. But one thing I will say with Klopp in it, I beg that he changes that 4-3-3 formation. It's not working, and playing Firmino as number 9. It's just not. We just the low block. We just can't seem to break it, and just play people in their positions. In it, fuck it. Like play Kabak and Davies in it. It is what it is, or even Phillips and play Firmino in midfield. He's not going to do it because he won't. He's a stubborn manager, and that's the mark of great managers. Sometimes they're stubborn and they don't listen. In it, they've got their belief. This is what they're going to run with. But you know what I mean, innit? So with Kabak, Matt, I'm with you on this one, innit? He's a bit, I knew he was a bit rash, innit? But he's got a lot to learn, innit? And he's been thrown in a shit house.
Bro,
I mean?
This is what I was saying, because here's the thing. It's not that Kabak can't be good, but I'm saying for what we need right now, to get us into top 4, Liverpool, in my humble opinion, made a mistake going for someone
they made a mistake.
Bro, for someone that young, he's 20 years old, bro. We need experience to get into the top 4, you know?
My thing is that, you know what, when I go on Twitter and stuff, I see a lot of man gassing FSG, gassing Michael Edwards and all of that. And I had to just rain check some guys and say, look, don't ever get it twisted. The superstar in all of this is our manager. Don't you ever forget that is our manager. Because remember, all these men were here before Klopp. You weren't screaming Michael Edwards before Klopp coming in it. Do you know what I mean? These men, I'm not discrediting what Michael Edwards does because he does a great job. But I think his job is made a lot easier because our manager has a specific philosophy. If you see a team playing in the park, and they didn't have Liverpool shirts on, you can tell that's a Klopp team just by the style of play in it. You can't say that for other teams. Do you know what I mean? We have a style of play and a philosophy. So that makes my man, all the people around him, their job a lot easier. And like going back to, I don't know if one of you said it, no other manager, in my opinion, can do this on this sell to buy policy in it. We've got a perfect manager in this situation. You know? So for me, because of all the stuff that's been going on this year, no Liverpool fan should be calling for Klopp's head. Like there's been bare mad things in it. Klopp's he's done a few things which are a bit like even Jiffy, I'm with you on this one, innit? Origi, I didn't watch the game, but I'm not being funny, but what good is it bringing on Origi for the last 5 minutes when we're 2-0 down?
It's foolishness, bro.
Yeah. It's almost like, okay, I know you don't trust the guy, but I'm not being funny, but what's Firmino doing? Like, he's not doing it. It's not working. So you might as well play a striker, and give him a good run of games and give him, and if you're going to give him minutes, don't give him
exactly
5
what I
minutes.
said to Kall,
give my man
and he agreed.
Half an hour, innit? And then the worst thing, you know, when before I jumped on my flight on last Saturday, yeah, I watched the Southampton and Chelsea game, and I was just like, you couldn't make this shit up. Minamino, see his goal. I'm not surprised.
The goal was sick, bro.
I'm not surprised by any of this because it's a similar case with when we smashed Crystal Palace 7-0. Minamino plays well. Then after, he's nowhere to be seen, in it. But you keep playing others like Firmino, and they're not doing shit. Rather than you just change up the formation, the 4-2-3-1, play Minamino in his natural number 10 position, then play someone else up front. He didn't do that. So I don't know whether it's something that he's seeing in training that we're not seeing, but I feel like Minamino should have been given more chances because it's one of those ones in the Premier League. You've got to keep playing these players in it to get them to let them have a feel of it. Not 5 minutes here and then 5 minutes there in it. It's not helping. And for me, like I've lost faith with Origi, but I do think that when you're doing the same things over and over again and it's not working, you've got to try something different in it. And I swear, if I see that 4-3-3 formation again, yeah, with Firmino and the false TV in it because it's getting jarring now. You know what I mean? And then last point. Lee also said something about us having a spare left back and whatnot. I'm not being funny, but we needed a spare left back. He's come in and he's had injuries. He had COVID as well, innit? But really, we kind of needed someone to help out Robbo with the workload, innit? Like,
agreed.
If anything, if anyone's fault is here, yeah, I think FSG should have actually backed. Yeah, we got Thiago, but Thiago was brought in because it's an opportunity and it was something that would have taken us again another.
You have to take that
the reason why Thiago is struggling is because he doesn't have legs in the midfield alongside him. When you play Thiago, Henderson, and Fabinho, you will see the difference. I'm my word, you'll see the difference once he's playing.
Yeah.
So it goes back to FSG. Like, okay, it's all this sell to buy. It's long. So you made man sell Lovren and then bring in Tsimikas. We needed a left back, but we also needed another centre back too, in it. So for me, I'm not rolling with that. I don't know, maybe my man's trolling or whatnot, but no Liverpool fan should be calling for Klopp's head, especially in this season. Yeah, he's done some mad things and he's a stubborn man, innit? But just remember, our last 30 years, I don't know how many managers we had. 8 managers have tried and 8 had failed, innit? So, and I've just given you the names. I don't know if it was 8, but you got Souness, Houllier.
It's a bag of them.
Alright, Manny, you're spitting facts to that.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't even want to cut, man, because you're spitting pure facts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the beat for you right now, bro. That was a rant, blood.
Yo, big up you, man. Anyway, but Callum's
Manny, you're a legend.
Callum's 15-minute rant, that was legendary. The one on FSG.
It was.
Anyway,
easy, man. You know what? Make sure you come back next week, bro.
And Dean as well. Please come back next week, bro. Facts. I like exactly what you said as well, my brother.
Callum, make sure you do the what's his name? The Daichi impression. You see, Nat Phillips has shaved his hair off, innit? Skinhead out here. Easy, man.
No, big up, bro. Big up, bro.
Take care, bro.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a mare with the internet and all that, so apologies.
That's cool, bro. That's cool.
We've got 3 last man we're gonna bring in for the last thing. We're gonna be quick, but you man have been patiently waiting, so we're gonna bring it in for you, man.
Sorry, just before these guys speak, Guna Lee, if you're still watching the stream, I saw what you were saying, bro. We're gonna have words. We're gonna address that. You ain't gonna get away with that. Not on my watch, yeah. Not on my watch. You ain't getting away with that.
Before we get into it, we just got a couple of super chats that we got to get through real quick. Biggs 1871. We strolled into Woolworths and we got a pick and mix where next man was already held sweets and licked them. Oh god, that's disgusting, bro.
Oh.
We are moving mad. Next season we rebuild. Can you imagine picking up them sticky?
No, I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to imagine that. That's foul.
We have one more super chat before we just get into the last 3. Big up Lloyd. Hold on, I've lost it. Let me get it back. Lloyd, preach Manny, Klopp. Give Klopp the money Guardiola has. and we would not be discussing centre backs or any other thing. It's real. It's real. 100% facts, man. But guys, last three of the show, patiently waiting. Big up you, man, for waiting in the back. Liban, Robbie, and LFC for Dave. What you, man, saying? Liban, I'll let you go first. What we saying, man?
Yeah, big up to you guys. Been watching the show for more than 2 years.
No, respect, bro. Big up, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, what do you think of the FSG not buying anyone in the 1st of January? Instead of buying Kabak and Davis, they should have really went for like Botman or collector car. Someone at least that is experienced.
Yeah, 100%. Matt's been singing about Botman for the whole January still, but it wasn't even just about who we bought, Liban. Let me be honest with you. I don't think Kabak and Davies are the one. But if the club felt they were the one and that's what they wanted to do, even if we disagree, do it at the beginning of the month and have those players available for the whole month to help us through that time. That's more what my issue is than who we bought. You weren't going to do anything until Matip got injured. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. We struggled through January with no centre-backs because you were trying your hardest to save money and penny pinch and not do what needed to be done. It's not good enough. It wasn't good enough. So for me, I don't think they're good enough players to buy. And it will, time will tell whether they end up being good enough. But for me, it was about not buying it when we needed to rather than who we bought. That was a whole month with about, maybe 7 or 8 games maybe we played in that month.
Yeah. 8 games.
Do you get what I mean? Including the Man United Cup game and all that. Yeah, it wasn't cool, man. It wasn't cool. It should have been done at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, I think if we just got Botman and maybe another defender,
Botman.
I think we would have been okay because we was on top of the league without no centre backs. I mean, Matty was injured most of the time. I think what really ended our season is when Jota got injured. I think that killed us because he was like on fire. I think if he stayed, I think we would have been okay, or at least close to the Man City at least, because we was 10 points in front of them before they catched up.
Yeah, we were. I know they had a few games in hand, but no, we were clear of them. And at Christmas time, people weren't even thinking about City.
Yeah.
Other
than me, I think I was the only one who was worried about City at Christmas.
No, I was worried. I knew they was gonna win 18 because they're the only team that can win like 18 games in a row. So
yeah.
But anyway,
no, big up though, man. Ronnie, are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
How you doing, man?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're quite low, bro. I can just about hear you.
Oh, I'm low.
Yeah, you sound a bit low, bro.
You can get a bit closer to your mic, bro, or just turn your volume up just a bit, bro.
Is it good?
Yeah.
You can hear a bit better now. Yeah.
What do you want to say, bro?
I love your show, man. What's up?
Oh no, love, man, love, big up.
Appreciate that, my brother.
Oh, I wanted to ask you do you think we might lose Elliot this season?
It'll be a very, very foolish decision if we let him go after how well he's playing. I can't see it happening. I think the club knows.
Yeah, listen, Harvey Elliott, what he's doing right now at Blackburn is sensational. I don't see us selling him right now. I really don't. So I only see him coming back to Liverpool. I'm just being a better player. Like he's getting experience where he's at now, innit? He's maturing. So for me, he stays. I do not see a situation where Harvey Elliott is sold unless someone like I don't know, trying to think a Wolves coming with like 50 mil. That ain't gonna happen, bro. Trust me.
But here's the thing. That's what I was gonna say to answer Ronnie's question. I don't think it will. But as I said to you lot a couple of days ago, if somebody offers like 35 mil, I would not be shocked if FSG took it. I wouldn't.
For Harvey Elliott? Not right now. No,
I would not be surprised.
That's true, man. I'm not trying to say FSG would not say like the offer's too good, to not sell him. But I personally think Klopp would look at him and go, "This guy's a talent. We need to see what he can do first." I think Klopp would have final say, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, because I
Fair
saw
enough.
we
Just quickly,
saw
we
Brewster.
got a super chat from Finn. Just quickly, big up that Finn, always supporting the channel. Big up Cal, Matt, and Drift, all the Kopish content, man, them, and everyone that lifts my spirits during this run of results. Liverpool 3-1 versus Sheffield United. You will never walk alone.
Hey,
You lot help
trust
us
me.
get through it as well, man.
3-1.
But
Jeez.
big up man like Finn. But just quickly, because we're gonna bring the show to a close in a minute. LFC for days. We saying, bro. What you want to say? Are you there,
LFC
bro?
for days? You there, bro? LFC for days?
Yo.
Yo, what's good,
What's
G?
going on, man?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Good content again, as I said. Yeah, no, Manny made some good points. And the scary thing is, if you guys were talking about Arsenal and us, unfortunately, it seems that we are starting to go, unfortunately, at least fan base wise, down the route of Arsenal. If you look at how our fans are starting to get divided on the FSG topic, I fear that in a certain way, we're eventually going to get a fan base that is as divided as Arsenal, where we can't actually push FSG out, and because people are supporting them and others aren't. Like it reminds me of FSG. Remind me of like a certain man that say they're going to take their girl to Shard, and instead they buy a kebab at home and expect their girl to kiss them and kiss them goodnight because they bought them kebab. Like most of the fans are actually acting like these females that are now going to do that rubbish. We were at the position where we busted the league last season. Our form is almost as bad as Leicester's season, where they almost were relegated the season after they won the league 81 points. The very fact that we've dropped this far, I understand FSG have helped us in terms of Hicks and Gillette. They were absolute trash. So they've actually rebuilt our team. But buy to sell is only good for rebuilding a team, fixing up a team. It only means that FSG are only effective with their method at the moment if we're in a poor position, like, okay, maybe right now or something, where like financially we're in a disaster. So we sell some players. But you can't keep selling your good players and then bringing in new players because you're taking out one. It's like, 1 minus 1 and then plus in 1. You're only going to end up at 1. So what are we doing? And as I said, anyway, we needed 2 wingers. We needed a striker. We only got Jota. Jota gets injured. Here you go. You've seen everything. Like Van Dijk was the band-aid for a complete wound that we've had. And once you rip off that band-aid, everything comes out. And unfortunately for us, FSG may even look at this summer and feel, okay, well, Minamino's balling out, might bring him back in. Elliott's balling out, yet might bring him out in. And they might look at this summer and be like, oh, well, Kabak's he's not having a disaster show. That's our centre-back fix. Maybe they might spend on a second goalkeeper. We never know. But the fact that we have actually fallen this far is obviously, again, in my opinion, FSG's fault. You can actually kick a manager out for doing a bad job. You can sell players for doing a bad job. But how the hell can you not blame the owners if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, which is to keep us champions running? We can't compete with Man City with buy to sell. It's just honest that if we have to keep selling Mane, keep selling Salah, we're not going to be able to win titles in the way we want to. We're acting like a small club. People look at us and we claim we have money, but then we're selling our best players. And I only agree with that sell to buy if it's with Deadwood. But when you're selling your best players, that's a bit of a problem. But I just wanted to say one last thing about the crossing. Now, I used to think we were one of the best crossing. But when I looked at the stats, unfortunately, it paints a sad picture. And that's probably because we don't have a striker. For example, last season, we completed 896 crosses. But of those 896, only 179 was successful. That means we only had the success rate of 20% in crosses last season. This season, we've completed 594. But we've only had a success rate of 107. So that's 18% success. if we do look at our crosses, it kind of unfortunately looks as if the crosses aren't as efficient as we maybe thought it was. Maybe last season, we looked at it and we were thinking, yeah, it was. I thought last season we were like at least 50% success rate, but looking at it, 20% and 18%, and it's been like that for under Klopp. And it's even worse now, of course. I think that need for a striker is very, very clear. We need to get some people, a Giroud type or someone on those balls, heading them in. But anyway, yeah, no. Hopefully summer we actually fix things up. Maybe we get a striker, get a Neto somewhere there, get an actual backup right back and an actual backup goalkeeper, and we go for next season. So big up you guys for your content and thanks for everything.
No, I appreciate that, bro.
Pure facts, bro. Now, big up, man. Big up. And thanks for being patient, you three as well, because you guys are waiting in the back for a long time. So big up for your patience as well, man.
No worries, man. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Love, man. Love. Big up you,
love,
man.
my bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Boy. And here we are.
Here we are. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Hip in distress. I know. We're distressed right now, but I will say this though. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's called in tonight. Like some of the best callers I've heard in a while, and that's not disrespecting anybody that's come on before. I'm just saying each and every time you man just up the levels, innit? Everyone in the chat, I appreciate you. Whether you agree, disagree, whether you came on the call tonight, just want to say thank you once again. You guys are the best, man. Kopish chat is undefeated. You man are undefeated, so I just want to salute you, man. Trust me, each and every time.
Real. And
salute
obviously,
them,
Cal's been having real troubles with his internet as well. So obviously,
you man are the best.
And when we'll be back, it will be now for the review.
Sunday, yeah, review time, innit? We've got the game on Sunday.
Man, I mean, to the members, there's a video that we dropped today. Hope you guys enjoy it. That's part of our series of how to fix our squad. And tomorrow there'll be another members video. So shout out to all the members. Look forward to that. But in terms of live, we'll be back on Sunday after the game. It's going to be a late one on Sunday with a late game on Sunday. That's how Mazza as it is anyway.
Yeah, it's a late one, bro.
At least it's a good day of football, and we're not going to not enjoy the other games by us losing at the beginning of the day and then not wanting to watch any of the other games. You know them ones.
That is true. That is true.
At the end of the day. But let's hope we get that win. We move. Once again, big up to everyone who has been watching, everyone who's called in. Rival Watch is becoming my favorite show. Still, I can't lie because we get to.
No, it's my favorite because it's the interaction with these man. They're just the best, bro. And again, people, if you watch this, listen. If you're in the chat still now, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. People, trust me, we do this content for you. You know, trust me, it's for you lot. Ain't about us. It's about you lot. I'm just letting you man know, innit? Letting you ladies know.
Everyone.
Letting you man know.
As Matt said, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you for the review after the game, people. Peace.
We move.